Sorry, that took me a second. I visited the little artist room. I've got my water. I'm good to go. All good. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Logic, Grain, Billy, Stewie, Pretender, how we doing? Hoi hoi. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. You're good? How about me? Just had a morning coffee? Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing very, very, very well. Spent a lot of today running around. But in like a good way, I think. It was a productive, busy, frantic day. So I'm looking forward to just chilling. How are we doing? Delicious coffee, you say? I don't know a lot about coffee, so you're going to have to tell me. What consists a good coffee? Okay. The canvas is officially available if you want to join in on the community canvas and add your mark in whatever way, shape or form that you like, within reason. The link is posted in the Stream Live channel on the Discord. Feel free to jump in and just start adding away. 5 stream streak. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's okay. We fabricate our own luck. We fall today so that we may rise tomorrow. Some milk and a nicely brewed coffee is a nice coffee for you. Oh, no, that's fair. Nice and simple. Simple and to the point. I think that's fine. I know that some people's ideal coffee is a shot of espresso with like a drizzle of caramel and a bit of honey and cinnamon on top, and like a sprinkle of sugar, and then like a shot of chocolate in there. Is all the 9 yards. But hey, if yours is just a nice, well-brewed coffee, hell yeah. Trying to get a caloric deficit. Yep, fair. Yeah, I can see how the math works out on that, but can I get more? Yeah, I can't get more sugar, for sure. Yeah, no, I've been in the slumps when it comes to physicality for the past month and a half, almost 2 months. So on Sunday, I'm getting out to the rock climbing gym again. Same reason. I think, there we go. Out for now. Good luck. Thank you. I'll catch you later, bud. Have a good night. Okay, so as per usual, we have a theme in the middle of the canvas. You can commit to this theme if you so choose, or if you got another idea that you want to draw, go ahead. It's simply there as a method to strike inspiration. You'll be looking today too, unless I do the TM voice. Got to work? No, all good. I'll try not to be too distracting. I'll do my best. But yes, unlike the dinosaur, the crab will never go extinct because everything returns to crab. I don't know. I've just got crab on the brain. So crab it is. I shouldn't go into hyper detail until I've mapped it all out. Hi Kate, how you going? Welcome to the canvas, Kate. If you wish to join in, you don't have to, no pressure. If you're looking for access, the link to the community canvas is in the Discord in the Stream Live channel. Feel free to take up the offer or decline it, all good. No stress. No, Logic, no. I said no stress. I distinctly said no stress. In bed currently. Just got finished helping the DM with some world building. Nice, 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 nice. I can relate with that. I can relate to that. I'm in the midst of the big brunt of my world building at the moment. I've got a game that I want to get off the ground either very end of this year or very early next year. And I've got some incredible players who are ready to sit at the table. So I'm very much so enjoying the process of cooking up something that will have them hooked, I think. Your brain is just shut off since you got home. I mean, that's one of the joys of getting back to your nook, is being able to just, it's part of decompressing. Had quite an interesting night. Guess it makes sense. You kind of wiped out. Especially if it's social stuff for me. If it's social stuff that's really thrown me for a loop, it completely knocks me out. Completely knocks me out. Hi, Kessa. Hi. How you going? Like today, it was super straightforward. Just head into the city and go to a gallery thing, and it depleted my social battery instantaneously. Insanity. I've been particularly hermity for the past couple of months, so it's not too surprising. Doing all right? Okay. Welcome in. For you, it was work, which isn't very social, but you got to call emergency services for the first time. So, oh no. Campaign is going to be a very gritty, dark, survival-esque. Specifically wanted it to be a brutal environment. It's an area that's being war-torn by 4 factions. A fog falls over the area and mutates creatures inside it and spawns new ones that destroy any city that isn't fortified. Nobody can leave the fog, and it's apocalypse setting. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So very much so. A lot of DMs tend to try and avoid the survival thing unless it's the main focus. So it seems as though this is one of those main focus things where things like the Goodberry spell will come in clutch. Things like Alarm. All of the sort of more niche, interesting spells. Should be fun. Do I even want it red underneath? No, probably not. crab. But yeah, that's a fun opportunity. As I said, that opens up the way to some character concepts that don't really thrive in the usual D&D setting, which is cool. Gives the players something interesting to latch onto. You players sat down and you had an agreement to limit the very strong survival stuff, like Goodberry, so you get the full experience. Also give the DM some enjoyment of watching their world be played as intended. Yeah, okay, that's fair. In the same way that some DMs get rid of like some teleportation spells, flying spells is one that DMs might bonk on the head. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I've never done full survival. I've tried little snippets of it with a ranger character as part of the campaign that a couple of rangers actually, as part of the campaign that I ran a while ago. I didn't get a taste for it. That's not to say that it's not a fun method. Like it's not a fun method of play for me. It's just it never quite clicked. So it could be a case of needing to do something like you've described to really play around with the concept outside of just like, you're looking for food, okay, roll survival. You see animal tracks, you hunt the animal, roll for attack. To be fair though, nowadays I would run that very, 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 very differently. So I can see the potential joy. Survival, exploration, hunting kind of opens up the door for discoverability. So you could totally have an instance of players looking to hunt, for example, and then coming across a wishing well, or coming across a trap door in the wilderness, or coming across a cottage, or coming across like an exotic creature that's sustained some like really weird wound. Stuff like that. It can lead to more intrigue. It doesn't need to be as simple as, I would like to find thing to eat. I find a mango. I have found something to eat. There we go, done. He didn't make you do that. Felt it fair to pitch the idea to the other players. Have a wounding system that's pretty harsh. So you had to think before you fight, which sounds fun. Wholeheartedly expect to die. You're the most experienced player at the table with two brand new players. You took the mantle to be your only front line. So they do the class they enjoy. If you get killed, that's fine. You have a book full of characters you want to play. Yeah, that's fair. It takes a while to loosen up to this idea of, I'm going to play a character, they might die. So acting is almost the example character in that scenario of like, hey, I was on the front lines. I very bravely fell in combat, and excellent. There's a moment of mourning for this character, and then we move on to the next one. It kind of shows them the ropes a little bit. Hi, Ghoulie. How you going? Doing well. How goes it? Yeah, good. Good. A little bit mentally boomed, but when am I not? That's okay. I'm glad that I just get to chill and draw pictures of crabs tonight. Have your first Haringen player in your party? Went a little overboard on writing a character? Oh, baby, that's half the fun. I'm insisting on a bit of character writing for the game that I'm going to be running. Because what I tend to find happens is one character does a bit of character writing, like one player does a bit of character writing, and I go, oh, sweet, that's awesome. And then I incorporate all of that writing into the game that we're playing. And then later down the track, that character is well integrated into the world and feels as though like a lot of ramifications are happening for them, a lot of dominoes falling over, a lot of like important decisions that they need to make. And then it cuts to the other players at the table and they're like, where's our like spot in the narrative? And it's like, it's there, but it's kind of shallow in comparison because I haven't had as much like meat to work with. So with this one, I'm insisting that the players, at the very least, think about how they want their characters to work a little bit. Commission work wearing you out? Yeah, a little bit. But we're getting there. We're close. I should have the second one done by this weekend, which means that I'll then have almost 3 weeks. I'll have almost 3 weeks to work on the final one. I was going to say final and last one at the same time. I'll have about 3 weeks to work on the final one, so that should be enough time. All stops to cruise state. Good Lord, Jade. Absolutely nailing it. Yes, it is Crust Station. Toot toot. How you going? If, for anybody who's just recently joined us, if you want in on the action, if you wish to participate in the crab shenanigans that are going on, you can find the link to this Magma Canvas in the Stream Live channel up the top of the Discord. It'll immediately give you access and you can just start painting away with whatever brushes you want. The brush milestone. Thank you. 150 strokes. It reminds me how many strokes it takes for me to actually get something meaningful down on the canvas. A player will give you bare bones background and then find out their bloodline were prophesized to rule or ruin 7 ancient kingdoms. I've tried doing that in the past, but because the player hasn't given me that thread, it's been hit or miss. So it's been a case of like, oh, that's a fun, interesting surprise. Or on the other end of it, it's been, I don't really want my character to be molded in this way. So that way, at the very least, if I get a bit of direction from the player, then I can then extrapolate that and be like, okay, you are looking for greatness. Okay, then maybe you are from the bloodline of, 1,000 kings of 1,000 sons or whatever. Or if the player's like, you know what, my character, I very much so want to be from humble beginnings, sort of building themselves up over the time, then I'm absolutely not going to go in that direction. I'm not going to go down the heritage line, because then that's going to kind of ruin the character for them. I've had to learn this the hard way. 150 strokes is your usual golf score per I'm just just imagining the classic scene of person in the bunker, just sand spraying everywhere. It's just swing after swing after swing. Always think of how your lore can help your DM with ammo. So you write their childhood, parents, siblings, where they grew up, their call to action. Your character has the soldier background with that writing about the friends they made in the military, their deployments, lots of names, places, etc. Before you knew it, your one paragraph turned into 5 pages. Well, I appreciate the 5 pages. Because if I go through that 5 pages and I go, yeah, okay, maybe this is a little bit too much, I can at least pull out the things I feel will appear in the setting, like actively. Maybe a childhood friend turns up, maybe a sibling, maybe the family's last name appears as part of a logbook of benefactors to the evil scheme. So it's like, oh no, your family's crook with the baden. It gives me little fish hooks, which I appreciate. Like the crab, they look tasty. They'll look even tastier after I start on the lighting and stuff. But we're getting there. How you doing, Funky? It's not a good move almost ever, but sometimes it's merely a vessel for a more compassionate storyteller. Yeah, it can work, especially if you have a good read on the player. It can absolutely work. It just sucks when it misses, or it sucks when even though you do go the extra mile for that player, it still feels like their character story is not as fleshed out as the player who did do the homework and did provide all of the backstory stuff. It's a difference in rendering, right? So a player character who I have to kind of spruce up with background elements and destiny and that kind of thing, they've given me a little stick figure face, right? And I can add the eyes, I can add the eyes, I can add the nose, I can add the mouth, eyebrows and all that. I can start building it up, but it's just not going to look the same, or it's not going to feel as detailed as the player character that I've been provided with, that has a bit of rendering right from the get-go. They've got a jawline, they've got a strong brow, they've got shading, they've got like distinctive features, they've got maybe like a couple of scars on their face, they've got like piercings, they've got maybe like a tattoo like there's a world of difference between these two things, but both of them get a bit of rendering, right? So the first player, I come up with like, okay, they find a map underneath their familial home that leads to a cache that has information as to like where a cult is, and then it gives them stuff, but it's just not the same as like a full-on rendered concept right from the get-go. Apologies if that spiraled off into nonsense land, but I hope that gets my point across. Character is currently in this. Your character currently is this in a nutshell. New land conquered by the emperor. They moved there and became farmers. They moved. Tax too heavy. Their farm began to die. As the older sibling, they tried to protect their 2 brothers from their parents fighting. Civil war breaks out, and their father refuses to enlist. Character dies. Character does. Goes to military. Wields their first sword. Gamison. Yeah. They're on a show of force mission when the fog fell. Right, so they were never intended to actually see live action. Welcome back. Egg. Egg brush is hilarious. Rough. Yep. There we go. And then there's the separate blend tool as well here. Yeah, and that's on the end. Okay, cool. So if I do crab. Hi Mel. How you doing? I'm doing well. Had a good busy day. A little bit sleepy now, but probably a good thing, right? It's the evening. Probably a good idea to be sleepy around this time. Next up, Sleepy Time Junction. Hell yeah, all aboard. But I'm currently stuck at, I can't claim ownership of this one. I'm currently stuck at Crust Station. I believe that one was a Jade original. You purposely wrote the creature that came vaguely. Let the reader's mind do the work, lots of sensory detail. They dropped the torch, tried to run, weren't fast enough, and they got hit by something and blacked out. Woke up in the muddy corpse filled field a month later, somehow alive. They wandered through the woods until they stumbled back into town where they were stationed. This is where he learns he was reported dead a while ago. He tries to warn them about the fog, but they kind of arrest him. Drama. Crustacean. Yeah. As I said, I can't claim that one. It's not mine to take. But how are you, Mel? How are you? How's your week been? You going to the patent office with Crustate? Oh no. Fuck you no. True. No, it's on Jade for not claiming copyright ownership from now. This is where your party meets him. In like the military jail. Get Thomas Edison. Absolutely done. Absolutely done him. Bit of a legal prank. Your week has been something, but it's okay. You have me and chat and art and Final Fantasy XIV. We are gonna live. We are gonna live. We are gonna live, Mel. Mel, if you want to live the crustacean life specifically, you don't have to, but if you do want to live the crustacean life specifically, you can jump into the Magma campus if you want. It is open. Everybody has free access. So if the power of crab helps with your determination, you have the option. Ooh, new fancy tablet. Hell yeah, okay. All right, put us to shame. Do it. The power of crab compels you. Hell yeah, it does. Would you say that you're going to crab your new fancy Tavernites? It was a reach. It was a stretch. Your dad randomly made an Asima Ranger for his first D&D game, but he made a cool story for it. He was a divine messenger, sent to prepare the world for a prophesized war, but attacked mid-descent. Believed he was a creature of the wild. He lived in nature until he met people and assumed he must be human. Now as a ranger with faint divine powers he doesn't understand. It's really dope how it's really dope how into me he gets. Haven't played D&D, haven't played in ages though. I'm confused. Gotta grab your pets. Oh no. There it is. There was something there. Very TLDR. It's more that they're afraid of what he might be because he shouldn't be alive. The party meets him shackled in a makeshift jail in the town. Left out a huge chunk of the story because you can't... No, that's fair. That's fair. Basically, you and the DM agreed that his way back he meets an elf shaman who cares for him briefly and informs him he's been infected with lycanthropy. However, she can't cure it. But can slow it down. The other players know. Okay. Your secret is safe with me. Your mother, bless her soul, bought you a Wacom Move Inc. Pad 14 Pro. Ooh, because you mentioned wanting it once, but you couldn't justify it with your income. Also, the crab puns. I'm trying my best. There's a way surely to elevate them. I haven't quite cracked it yet, though. Into the game. Okay, yeah, I'm on the right page now. Thank you. I was gonna say hi Jade's dad. My biggest fan. That pun was shell-tacular. Oh, there we go. Let's keep this momentum going. Traveling to try and find a cure before it consumes him so he can return to his family. Of course. I love starting a game with a curse. Because it immediately gives me something to kind of motivate beyond just, it would be nice to be really strong. It's like, well, yeah, but nothing quite motivates you like, you've been infected by alien fungus and it'll turn you into a big mushroom man. If you don't, and then something will, and then, it immediately gives you something satisfying to fight against, just in everyday life. What does a crab say when they correct someone? I don't know. What does a crab say when they try to correct someone? Oops. Not that. That was my answer. My answer was an oops. Actually... Perfect. Hold on, what if you're a really strong guy with a sword instead? Well, that's the thing, right? Is a strong guy with a sword, it can be compelling, but you need to pad it out with something else. Because character big and strong is just not enough for me. For example, my character Dave, or Dave. Let's see. I've got it around here somewhere. Nope, wrong folder. This guy. I'm sure people have seen Dave before. Dave. My character of Dave has racial blindness to a comical degree. He can't tell the difference between any creature and goblins. So whenever we've encountered, we encountered a beholder, for example, and the beholder was just like a big floating one-eyed goblin. Dave is like 7 foot something. I think he's like 7 foot on the dot. So he just considers himself to just have gone through a growth spurt. He's just a tall goblin. He's just tall for his age. Enjoy the lurk, Miss. Enjoy the lurk. Mushroom man, I want to be a mushroom man. Well, that's the thing, right? Being a mushroom man would be sick. A strong guy with 2 swords. True. Yeah, that's the complexity that I'm looking for. A second sword. What if character big and strong but also stupid? Yeah, to a degree. The big, strong, stupid guy still needs aspirations, you know? It's cute. Yeah, Dave is a cutie. I'm thoroughly enjoy playing him. I've played him for about a year now. He's level 10? Level 10, I think. And we're about to take out the big bad of the Tomb of Annihilation. Oh, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. You prefer storytelling over being strong? Been known in your group to purposely make your character weaker if it means better story, rather play the weakling. Yeah, like I would absolutely not take Eldritch Blast on a warlock if it makes for a more compelling character, right? If they're themed around like petulance or whatever, pestilence, not petulance. If they're themed around petulance, sure, have the Eldritch Blast. If they're themed around pestilence, having an Eldritch Blast as like their go-to thing doesn't really feel right. I prefer them to have more of a theming of rot, and like lurking and in the dark and, you know, sort of more subtle spells. But I understand that it immediately nerfs that warlock, right? Because a warlock without Eldritch Blast is just a weaker warlock. Where's the magma link? It's in the Discord, in the Stream Live channel up the top. Aspiration, find a third sword. Yep. A strong sword wielding a guy from the legs, from the good purchase on the ankles. You'd have to have. So we liked your flower drawing, of course. Elle, of course. I see cool thing. I like cool thing. How you doing? How's your morning? How'd you sleep? The drawing made with your camera. Ooh, I did not notice that. That's sick. That's awesome. I thought it was a graphical thing. Let's have a look again. Share art. Ba-boom. Yeah, no, I'd assumed, yeah, cool. Hell yeah. That's awesome. For anyone who didn't see it, do you mind if I show it on stream for a second? Is that cool? Just a surreal photo and you love taking them? BRB, yeah, all good. Do what you gotta do. Go ahead. Oh, I'll check up on stream for a second. Such a cool image. Such a cool image. How sick is this? This was posted on the Discord. If you are on the Discord, give it a like. Give it a like on the Discord. It deserves it. It deserves it. Absolutely, it does. Super sleek. Super sleek. Have a goblin and kobold joining. Boblin the Goblin and Cobble the Kobold. Apparently, they're rivals, and apparently, Boblin is a fade of purple. And you're just like, guys, half our party is small creatures, very much using encumbrance rules. Oh no! That's okay. That's okay. What's the point of encumbrance rules if it's easy, you know? We are built to suffer. After seeing how often I spent hope to get armor repaired, had a quick look at warrior as well. No mercy. Spend 3 hope to get a +1 bonus to your attack rolls until you next rest. Confirmed by devs that it stacks. Yep. To be fair though, I started on 4 hope, I think, at the start of the session. So I had a bit in the tank to burn. Gonna become a tree the second they start trying to climb on you and you're throwing someone. Funnily enough, one of my characters started with a curse that was slowly turning him into a tree. Now that you say that, it's a cool theme. It's a cool thing to have. Look at the time. You gotta go pick up a package. Couldn't stick around for long. All good, El. Do what you gotta do. Thank you for stopping by for a little bit. Did a stupid and exited the canvas. Oh no. It's tough. It's tough, okay? Anything technology and I'm in struggle town. You're fighting a life-threatening curse and you have this thing. You don't know what it is. It's just small. It's afraid of the purple people and it's trying to climb you. Yep. And it's time to yeet that thing, whatever it is. Billy, it's pretty cool to see in Daggerheart that because of how the hope fear system works, you can kind of be on a bit of a roll. In D&D, if you're burning resources, they're just gone. You're burning them and puff of smoke. They're off in the wind, never to be seen again until you short rest or long rest. But the thought of like reacquiring resources and then like strategically engaging based on which resources you've gotten back at what time is an interesting flow. It's interesting. I like it. Because you're being honest, the area these races live in is much further east than your character has been. He's never seen a goblin or kobold. What's this? What's this? There's something in my hair. What's this? What's this? Little things everywhere. If you ask questions about session last night, or no, please, by all means. I'm just trying crab at the moment. I'm not too busy. What's this? What's this? It's flying through the... Yeah, exactly. Launch. Did you drag the river traversal along too much? Think your Ned got impatient at the end? It's different because in D&D you can rationalize jumping ahead a little bit, But in Daggerheart, if we fail saves, it actively gives you resources. So it's kind of like it's a balancing act that you kind of need to strike of, does it feel like this is still a challenge for you? If not, then skip ahead. But then you go fear for yourself. It's a bit strange. Hi, Mudkip. Hi. welcome. How you going? You like my art style? Oh, thank you. This isn't my usual, just for full transparency, this isn't my usual style. I'm just messing around with like a community canvas thing at the moment. This is my usual shiz. Like portraits and scenes and landscapes and stuff. But on a Friday, I tend to cut loose a little bit and do little character work and stuff. How you doing? How's your week been? How has your week been? We got there. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the link, Billy. Especially the skeleton. Hell yeah, thank you. That's awesome. I do like a good skelly. It's absolutely my jam. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Tavern. I hope you enjoy your stay. A really cool part of the campaign is each town or village is supposed to be a day's walk away, but a lot of them fell when the fog came. You don't know what's still standing and isn't standing. Food and water have gone significantly up in price because they're finite now. So you could set out in a journey to only discover that the town you went to has fallen. You can turn back or risk going deeper to the next town. Ooh, I do like that. I do. That does allude to a big emotional punch to the chest of, we went to one town and then we backed up to the previous one, and the previous one that we were just at has been completely wiped out. Like a Mulan moment, you know, a girl we're fighting for, and then the music like stops, and then it's just the like the empty chassis of the town, almost like the skeletons of the buildings all in ash. Finding all the cool artists tonight. Nice. Combos. Might be worthwhile checking in with Internet to revisit their kit, just to make sure they don't feel pressure that their domain cards are their only resources. Yep. Time to draw some crabs. Never done crabs before. Spiders, yes, but crabs, no. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I've done one crab. It was part of the D&D campaign from a million years ago. Let's see. I've got it here somewhere. Assets, scenes, crab. I've done one crab. This is the crab that I've done. Does it count as a regular crab? Not really. But hey, it's fine. It technically fits the bill. Burnt ruins of the town. Yeah. Yep. It's always fun hitting your players with a gut punch that feels earned, where there's a bit of setup, and you've paced out the gut punches enough to where it doesn't. Players can become pretty desensitized pretty quickly to like, oh no, another tragedy happened. But if you've got moments of levity that lead into that, it's super effective. That's a cool grab. Thank you. Missed that guy? Yeah. 3 years ago at this point. 3 years ago. 3 long years. It was that crab painting that convinced me to try painting with scale. And that's led to quite a few of my really cool ones from recent years. Very much so a torchbearer. Hi Astrid, how you doing? How was your week? How you been? How's life? Check in with them. Think the scene had good pacing. Think, although there was a lot of rolls, it was to demonstrate how difficult the task was, specifically speed trying to move from the rest. And I spoke to them today about the fact that we definitely slowed down the rolling side of things with our trepidation to roll, or like how long it took for us to maybe figure out our rolls. So it wasn't necessarily a pacing issue on your part. Kind of iffy. Think you got strep throat? Yeah, a lot of people have been going down crook the last couple of months. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that you've got that. Do you have like lozenges and cough syrup and stuff? Want to make sure that they enjoy it too? Oh, for sure. I don't think that's the. I don't think that's a. I don't think we're at threat of that player not enjoying the session, but good to check in with them just in case. So you'll have to steal, scam, kill, or find your food and water. Set out on expeditions to ruins of cities to fight monsters and try to find resources. Possibly run into other expedition parties. Do you kill them? Do you leave them be? Would the commotion of fighting attract more creatures? It's always fun when a game gets you to question, like, I know we could engage in combat, but should we? Should we engage in combat? You have water. Gonna emergency care in the morning. Good. Good that you're on top of it. Think you got it from a friend? Yeah. Yep. That's the way these things go. I've been blessed with hermit life. So I very rarely contract things because I don't go to big gatherings. Highly recommend it. Absolutely not. I do not recommend it. I cannot not recommend it enough. Go do social things. Don't be a hermit like me. What a little friend. Yeah, he's just hanging out. He's just mad vibing. You don't either, but you're forced to go to school. Yeah, well, good. It means that you're forced to be social. I should force myself to be social more often. $44, good lord. Your friend liked being a DM when you asked if they wanted to play D&D. Didn't expect them to pull out this world they've been working on for years. Just waiting for a party to show up. Stream counts for being social. Yeah. It's my cheatsy way of getting a bit of social. Like a little bit. If I'm out being social, who'll be at home to be a fellow hermit with you? Yeah, true. No, good point. Good point. It's the self-sacrifice. If you think about it, I'm actually a hero. If you put it like that, because I've sacrificed my my social needs in order to hang out with Stream more. Absolutely not true. Refuse to even jokingly. Even jokingly table that. Dang ads, sorry. Yeah, you can ask for some advice when we're back through. You can't attend the early streams. Gonna get up and stuff? Yeah, no. All good. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Mal, if you look next to your name, you actually have a little key. If you head to the next story up in the tavern and try some of the locks upstairs, you'll find that that key opens up any of the vacant rooms. Feel free to move into any of them. No, ads for you, you're busy watching Bahali. Hell yeah. Going to be doing a campaign soon, but you're having trouble writing it without being, without it being too handholdy, if you get what you mean. Yeah. No. Welcome back. I got the impression that you're back. The way that I build my settings without being too transparent to some of my players that are in chat, is I build the location. So the location might be a tree. I build the tree. I say, okay, there's the top of the tree, there's the middle of the tree, and there's the bottom of the tree. And then I populate it. I go, okay, there's this couple of bad guys. There are 2 bad guys, and this is what they intend to do. They're intending to chop down the tree. The 2 bad guys are intending to chop down the tree. And then I kind of give them places that they want to be, things that they want to do. And then how to explain? I give them places that they want to be, things that they want to do, and kind of set them off on that task. And then I'll also write out a big page of basically ways that the players could find out about some of these things. Obviously, this is more leading towards like a mystery story. But I lay out like a big directory of methods that the players might come across. So like they might find sawdust that is like proof of them having started to cut down the tree. They might find like a saw manufacturer who's just recently completed a massive saw, like the size that nobody's seen before. They might encounter goons belonging to the 2 bad guys. They might come across like secret letters that they've exchanged talking about how they want to cut down the tree, right? So it's like a little bit more open-ended, but it's all funneling towards the direction that it's eventually going to end up in, right? Because campaigns don't happen in the one session, it means once the players kind of choose a direction and come across clues and start doing stuff, that's when you can kind of build specific scenarios in the direction that they're heading. It's tough because this advice doesn't necessarily apply. It depends on what kind of story you want to tell. But that's generally how I approach campaign building. Is I kind of set everybody off in the directions that they want to be headed in. And then it gives the players enough freedom to make decisions outside of forcing them along a particular path. Because the bad guys are eventually going to win, right? If the players don't stop them, the bad guys have their own plans. Like, they're going to eventually cut down the tree, right? If you want a little bit more direction than that, if you don't like it being that open-ended, you can start doing things like the players are approached by a quest giver who's essentially like, hey, we've gotten some noise complaints. You guys work as adventurers. Cool. Can you look into these noise complaints? The residents are scared that it might be a big creature or something. Can you look into this? And then maybe that's what strings them to the first set of clues, you know? All fun and games till your PC lights the leaves on fire. I mean, hey, some people run campaigns like that where the player characters can absolutely flip sides if they want to. Shoot them with an arrow with a note that says, I'm a cut this bitch down. Yeah, exactly. It's all on a sliding scale. You don't need to necessarily... Ooh. Bundle, hi. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How we doing? Death, Drift. Potate. Hell yeah. How you doing? Invalidation. Welcome in. Pond, how you doing? How you doing? How is your stream? What'd you get up to? Hi Pixie, how you going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Long time no see. How you doing? Pond, we do this little thing around here where if you raid in, it's expected that you provide a bit of an art tax. So if you've got any work that you'd like to share, a work in progress that you've been working on, something that you've completed recently, anything like that, I would love to see. You can link it directly in the Twitch chat or through the Discord. Either works, whatever works for you. Invalidation, Madness, thank you for the follows. Welcome to the Tavern. How you doing? Hi to everybody who hasn't met me before. I'm Mahali. Nice to meet you. I'm a freelance fantasy illustrator. So I do character portraits, I do scenes, landscapes, general fantasy concepts like this. If you like that kind of thing, you might like my stuff. But yeah, welcome in. Today, we are working on a community canvas. Completely open. If anybody wants to join in and draw crabs, I'll look at all these crabs. Crab is the theme for tonight. So if you like the idea of drawing crabs, please feel free, jump in, draw some crabs. Welcome. Also doing magma. Hell yeah. Link the unfinished thing from tonight. Yeah, yes please, yes please. It was Cursed Renaissance. There's a running gag and actually cannot explain it. Please. Half of the joy of art is trying to interpret what your eyes drink in. So by all means. By all means. Is that a cat, a person, or a blanket behind me? It's so a bed, Thwomp, Rivali from Breath of the Wild, and a piece of toast. Oh, the link has come in. The link has come in. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for paint me like one of your French bunnies. Kangaroo? Kangaroo tail? Big long kangaroo tail. Draw me like one of your French kangaroos? Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Well done. Awesome. Incredible. Ponder Unaki. Scandal. But hey, what's art if not scandal? How do crab? Well, that's the wonderful thing, is that everything returned to crab at some point or another. So if you start drawing something, you'll eventually end up at crab. I appreciate the cool S's, by the way. Who was responsible for the cool S's? Come on. Show of hands, please. Some deep pond lore that would require its own reading session. All of the best lore is. I guess it's my comforter. Yeah, yep. It's my Duna sitting on top. Paint me like one of your jackrabbits, yo. Don't question the corner. Fair. It's a slug cat based on Temmie's cat. Ah, okay. Too much lore. Fair. Like one of their Italian girls. What's a reading session? Astrid, I question this basically on a daily basis. I've got a Kindle that sits next to me, right on my nightstand, ready to be picked up. And half of the nights in the week, I question what is reading, and I don't pick it up. It's a sad reality, but it's where we are. The lore is that Temmie Riz's pond a lot now that the painting exists. Scandal. Pixie's art is the ground squirrel. The ground squirrel. I'm seeing rabbit with the pearl earring. I'm seeing draw me like one of your French slug snail cats. I'm not seeing ground squirrel. I'm seeing airbender like sigil. I'm seeing cool S's. It's not a rabbit. Oh, right. Squirrel. Sorry. The ears on all the characters just kind of had my brain go to rabbit. That's might be. Having trouble thinking of a villain. Think of what you want the like the bad ending to be, and then kind of reverse engineer the villain from there. That can help. It's a squirrel with the pearl earring. Of course it is. Yeah, no, I can see that now that you pointed it out. Sorry, my bad. Drawing shapes in the corner earlier. Fair. Your stream keeps pausing. It's a oh, I'm sorry to hear it, bud. Sorry to hear it. But yes, for anyone who's here, please drop Pond a follow. Check out their stuff. Squirrels are just rabbits who have shorter ears and long tails, right? Yeah, for sure. When they were going through the Spore, is that the name of that that game that came out in like 2008 or something, where you like create creatures? In the Spore creature create menu, it is just like a couple of sliders that separates the two. Yeah, it's quite fuzzy bunny like for a squirrel. It was cheating. It was wearing like head covering, and like I couldn't see the tail, and I'm floundering here. Desperate for excuses. Spore, you remember loving the DS one? Yeah, I had it on the DS as well. Believe it or not, I didn't realize that the Spore games actually had like a next step. The thing that made the Spore games unique was that you went through the character creation process for your little creatureling, and then the game would evolve, pun intended, as the progression went on. So it would start as just like almost like one of those like .io go around and eat little dots games, and you get bigger. Then it goes into a survival game. Then it goes into like a civilization game. Then it goes into like a planetary. It's weird. It's very weird. I didn't know that though. I thought it just stopped at the run around as a creature bit. And I did that for ages. Hydration. Sport, yeah. Back back through the halls of time. Trying to sell squirrel with the acorn earring. Oh, that would have been good. Wait, is it an acorn? No, sorry, I just see pearl earring. That's on me. That's on me. I can see that as being sick though. That's awesome. Might have to add some type. Yeah, maybe just like a little bit of fuzz up the top or something with the tail is curled up. Maybe, I'm not sure. Idea you have so far is the setting is a place called Arcadia, which is heavily steampunk or dieselpunk inspired, and it's inspired by your favorite JRPG Skies of Arcadia. So there's going to be a lot of sky travel, going to different countries via that. Yeah, okay. It seems very like globe trotting, so maybe have the villain be larger in scale. You're totally not cheating with your crab, I believe you. It's just that easy. It's hard to do a metallic acorn earring. It absolutely, what you've pulled off with the metal is incredibly impressive, and you should take that victory. I don't even know how I would even begin to approach a metallic acorn. That is a challenge beyond me. So what you've done is stellar. Absolutely stellar. Drew your legally mandated crap. It's true. It's true. The arrests haven't started yet, but they say that they'll start within the week. No, of course, of course. I trust that you know that it isn't just lip service, by the way. I means it. Put him next to the other hermit crab. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. So much. Oh, tasty. Oh, delicious. Why does it have a gun? Glorious. Oh. Ah, sick. Whose is this in the bottom right? If you want me to recognize your work, you're going to have to drop a little signature somewhere. Thinking either the villain is a group of sky pirates or maybe one of the countries is evil. Yeah, that works. See? That fits in with like the overall mechanics of the world. They're going to be flying a lot. Sky pirates works. They're going to be moving from country to country a lot. Having a country be evil works as well. Makes sense to me. You have one more crab in you? Oh, I believe in you. You got this. You're the hermit crab merchant. I have a particular set of hermit crab skills. Lucky number 7. Hell yeah. 60. 60 times? Fire? 60? 60 times? 60 times? 60? 60? I can't count that high. Good Lord. He's a penny pincher. Of course he is. Of course he is. What could be the goal for the villain, though? Well, what I would do is I would have a session 0 with my players and find out what they want to do. Like, what would they like their characters to embark on? What are their aspirations? Because what the trick is to make the end goal of the villain tied directly to the end goal of the players. That way, if the villain and the players, or villains and the players, don't interact, the players just going towards their end goal will end up at the villain anyway. You know. Oh, Pixie, if you jump into the Discord, it's up in the stream live channel, up the top. If you type in !Discord, it'll come up. Yeah, and then it's in the stream live channel. You'll find a link there. It's in the Discord. Took a stab. Oh, incredible attempts. Honestly, just looking forward to 69. The funny sex number. Hell yeah. And you can never check in again. As sad as that would be, I'd understand. It would be for the meme. Why? Now I want to make just like a bunch of little ones of the same design. You know what? I can do what I want. I run this shift. I do as I like. Magma has a lasso fill tool with screen time. I'm genuinely impressed by the capabilities of Magma. The fact that Magma has like a blend tool as well. Hell yeah. No more Harley streams. Officially unfollow and unsubscribe. Yeah, do it. I'd have only respect for the bit. like sadness in my heart. You'd receive a whole bunch of messages on Discord like, Fire, I miss you. But you'd have to just block me at that point, you know? You also had an idea at some point in the story the players crash the airship into the villain, or the villain makes them crash down into the world below the clouds, which a lot of people don't go. I feel like that could be a good mystery element. That could be the start. That could be your hook, is your players start on an airship, they encounter sky pirates, engines, go critical, however that comes about. They start to take a nosedive, cut to black, and then the campaign starts on the ground. Honestly, it's pretty comparable to Critter in your first time using it. Yeah, no, it's really, really, really cool. What should your crab be grabbing? Or well, it's past Black Friday, so I was going to say good deals, but they're kind of out of the window now. Grab opportunities. Grab life by the scruff of the neck. I'm not sure. Mad dollar bills. Me grovel never. Fire, come back. I'm pretty sure I literally sang that the other day. Yeah, no stress. All good. Grab the horseshoe. Ooh, horseshoe's a good thing to grab. Lucky rabbit's foot. Maybe a little bit too close to like the adorable creatures that we saw before, but hey. When life gives you rabbit's feet, make lemonade. Pinch some pennies. Ooh, pennies would be good. Hi, Cloud. How you going? Just a little guy. Are horseshoes crabs? They are. There is a horseshoe crab. Ooh, good point. Also remembering a good steampunk story from when you were younger, like in middle school that you read. What was it called again? Steam Diver. Might reread it so you get some inspiration. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I did. It was lovely. Made you give me leniency. Sang you the whole song you'd probably wander back in. I'd think about it. Decent. Woke up in the middle of the night. The classic. The classic. Are you still crook? Do all arthropods count as crabs? Do you have to make a crab in the name? No, not all arthropods are crabs. Like I think like ants, for example, are arthropods, and they don't count as crabs. All crabs are arthropods. All arthropods are not crabs. I think that's how that works out. Yeah, it's a crab. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Technically, horseshoe crabs aren't crabs. Really? You haven't been crook in a while, but I thought last week you said that you were still crook. Might be fun to include some mythology too. Mixing Norse might be cool. Like, imagine you live your whole life in the sky, so when you die, obviously you think some sort of creature that can fly take you to the afterlife, like a Valkyrie. Yeah, well, that's the fun bit of world building, right? Is that you get to determine what the myths and stuff are. Hi Cherry, how you doing? How's your day been? Already established that everything eventually evolves into beetles and crabs. That's what I said at the top of the hour, is that unlike dinosaurs, we will always have crabs because everything returns to crabs. Think crab requires a fused bottom plate? That would make sense. That would make sense. Crook meant to you? As in like under the weather, sick. Crab is in the name, so you're counting it. I feel as though it's one of those it's one of those like common sense things, right? Where you could totally be like, well, it's technically not a crab, but if everybody sees it as a crab, it basically counts. Glad we established a baseline. Must pass out and sleep. Hope you had an extra crabby stream. Thank you, Pond. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting your people with me. Sleep well, bud. Rest up. That's different here. Yes, you're still sick. Thought so. You can feel it. You're turning into crab. Yeah. Yeah. No, it comes for all of us. The process. It comes for us all. Not the only one who thinks sky whales are cool, right? Absolutely. I've named a few things that I've come up with in my life after sky and space whales. So I have to agree with you. I have to. Why did the crustacean get mad in the morning? No, I can't think of anything. You tell me. Just woke up. It's 4 a.m. Extremely sick right now. No, Jerry. I need to get it out of my system. Sorry, I just had There we go. It's done. We've recognized it for a second. We've given it the moment that it requires, and we're moving on. I hope you feel better soon, bud. Sorry to hear that you're under the weather. Didn't we all agree that we wanted flying whales that live in the weave of Brink? Is that in the Discord law? It's not officially in the Discord law yet, no. But yes, that was... we did have discussion about specifically weave whales, yeah. Because he was crabby. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I don't think you need to apologize. I'm gonna snooze the ads for a little bit. Just because it's so rude. It's so rude that the ads come in every time somebody raids. I understand why. It's because the ads happen on the half hour, and people tend to finish their streams on the half hour as well. Also want to include some mythical birds like the phoenix and thunderbird from Native American myth. For sure. No, absolutely. There are no rules. As long as it makes sense to you, or you can kind of like weave it together. That's where the artistry of it comes in, right? Of world building is making it cohesive within your own vision. It doesn't necessarily all need to come from the same spot. You can grab concepts from all over the place and then meld them into a delicious cake. Silent co-op in the corner. Oh no. You getting up to shenanigans? Well, that's for you to decide, Astrid. I'm using a program at the moment called Obsidian. I'm using a program called Obsidian, and I'm using that to basically log all of my thoughts and plans for the world that I'm building. And that gives me a good place to return to whenever I come up with an idea. I can come up with an idea, I can go, oh, frick! Bring up Obsidian, open up a new document in Obsidian, write up the mad sprawling of a psycho, and then link it into the rest of my articles using like notation stuff. It's really cool. Wasn't the Thunderbird based on like a really big species of crow? Wouldn't surprise me. We were talking about how dragons were probably based on like dinosaur skeletons and stuff. Usually comes from somewhere. It's working well for no words. I'll check it out in a second. This is the most fun you've had in Magma for a bit. Me too. I mean, I have fun I have fun every Friday. Every Friday, it never fails to. There's the horseshoe crab. Ooh, there's a little cave going on in the bottom right. It was Mal's. It was Mal's figure in the bottom right. Thank you for noting. It's coming along swimmingly. Your husband uses Obsidian for mapping all his programming projects. Well, equally nerdy. His sounds more productive. But what's productivity, you know? What is productivity when you think about it? When I'm doing productive nerd stuff, I feel like I'm being incredibly productive, specifically to do with D&D. Absolutely. Love the big squid monsters in fantasy media. Yes, I'm a sucker for a kraken. A kraken will always get me excited. What is it? Leviathan. Leviathan is also another really cool one. And then you've got a Cthulhu, of course. Shout out to Miz. What could you have on the world below the clouds? If you're asking a lot of questions, I just find work better bouncing ideas off. No, all good, all good. Thank you for waiting for like a little bit of a quieter moment to ask, just so that it's not rapid fire. I would look into apocalypse media. There's an anime called Gachyakuta, which is about how the world on the surface basically ended and now it exists as like a giant rubbish tip. That's a cool like version of the apocalypse. There's also Xenoblade. The Xenoblade that kind of has that as well, where a lot of the civilizations exist in like sky whale cities and like fragments of sky fractals and stuff, and then the world is like wild because it's been basically untouched for all this time. That's also a cool angle that you could run on. Have I played Final Fantasy XIV? I have not. The subscription fee kind of scared me away. I instead went to Guild Wars 2 as my fix for MMOs. Curious opinion of Leviathan and Sergen designs in the game. You can always ask later. No, all good. I'm not familiar. If you send through an image though, I'll let you know what I think. It's only Xenoblade 2. Don't know why the 2 didn't get through though. 2 I played a little bit of. That's why I've got like a semblance of what the concept is. The thing that annoyed me with 2 was that the characters were weird babies. Two would always, maybe I'm burning bridges here. Sorry if Xenoblade 2 is your favorite game of all time, but Xenoblade 2, a scene would always start with a character stumbling into the room being like, I don't know how to cook food. And like collapse onto their knees and be like, I'm in trouble. It's just, I don't know. When you infantilize characters like that, it just makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I don't want to engage. I don't want. And it was a bunch of different characters as well. They're like, what's breathing? And it's like, no, thank you. I'm good. There are other games that I want to play. Should you send some images in the Discord? Yeah, yes, please. Couldn't pick up at the packages in the store since Cloudflare is down again. Oh, sorry, bud. Sorry to hear it. Okay, little shiny spots on Le Crab. beautiful. And then I suppose, what layer am I on? Layer number 3. Yeah, sure. Layer number 22. Oh, good lord. I'll do a little background for them as well. Last question. No, all good. Which channel? Don't want to clog anything. Oh, just general chatter should be fine. General chatter should be fine. You're all good. Thank you for checking, Lon. You can make a conversation channel. Call it. Yeah. You can do that if you want to like chuck in a bunch of screenshots. Yeah, that works. You want a new MMORPG that's not extremely overcomplicated? Yeah, that's always the problem, right, Jerry? Is that there's a tightrope that you kind of have to walk. On the one side of the balancing scale, you've got content where players want to get into an MMO and just have like a world to get lost in. But then the other side of it is bloat, right? Where characters don't want overcomplicated systems, confusing currencies, plot lines that kind of go all over the place and you don't know where the starting quest is, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of companies have to strike a balance between the two. And as unfortunate as it is, I find that a new MMO tends to fail nowadays because it gets released. It pleases the players that are looking for just a fresh start, but then the players coming in comparing the amount of content of new game versus World of Warcraft, or new game versus Final Fantasy 14, or new game versus Guild Wars 2, or new game versus whatever. It's really difficult to compete. It's happened though. Like it has happened. Like new games have come out. Final Fantasy 14 released at some point, and it did, eventually succeed. You love your little dude crab wizard. Let's have a look. Look, there he is. Oh, what a glorious crab wizard it is. Incredible. Incroyable. Incredible. Something. There's something in there. Choose your own adventure. Walking around town for some hours and trying again. It was a 3x card binders on 480 slots. Sorry, Al. Sorry, bud. Is it a case of just it didn't ship or it hasn't arrived yet? Your friend doesn't like Xenoblade because his word's not mine. It's a sword hair. It is, yeah. Specifically of babies. I don't know. It made me incredibly uncomfortable very quickly. I'd heard like raving reviews about like it's a really good game. It's got really good mechanics, blah blah blah, blah. And then it just no, not for me. Posted Levi and Sagan. Yeah, no, all good, all good. That was an epic fight. What happened? I think the wizard crab is incredibly adorable. Glorious. Nailed it. Okay, so they can't access their system, keeping track of stock and payment. Right. Okay, so they can't. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Well, hopefully it cleans up soon. They got hit hard, yeah. Wait, Cloudfit, is that the one that goes down quite often? Because I've heard that name before, and I only tend to know of them if they've kind of been in the news. Crab grab all the way down. Oh no. Cloudflare full of crab. I mean that would explain it. Hi Digi, how you going? 27, good lord. In reference to my crab puns, to the word wizard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, correct. That is an accurate deduction. Diagnosis. Mahali. wizard of the failure school of wizardry. Oh, do you transfiguration, clairvoyance, transmutation? What's your practice? I do magical fail. That's my go-to. I'm an expert. Some would say that I'm a grand wizard. Posture, yeah, that's fair. I was getting a bit too comfortable and not in the good for my back way. Yes, it is. Cloudflare is yeah, fair. How you going, Digi? How's your day been? I see we're trialing new brushes. Roll for neuroplasticity. Yeah, go for it. 17's not bad. 17's not bad. I can sense some thoughts coming out of brain with a 17. In a modern fantasy setting. So what do you do for work? I'm a content creator making magic fail videos. The video is just comprised of magic users fumbling up casting spells, either verbally or with... Yeah. I mean, surely you'd have like the funniest home videos or whatever it was back in the day, where it was just people sending in like family film of like toddlers falling over and stuff, but just people spinning out on brooms and fireballs exploding and stuff. Mm-hmm. Feeling quite limber, yeah. Yep. OSRS is just a big crab grab after your wallet. I'm not familiar. Finally got logged into Magma, had a bunch of stupid passwords and mouse. Oh no. Welcome. Happy to have you. Fail Army is suddenly a more terrifying name. Yep. Old school RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. Yes, okay. Showing my age a little bit, I just know it as RuneScape. I didn't know there was a RuneScape 3, let alone a RuneScape 2 until very recently. Got to include in your Modern Fantasy world. Got to include that in your Modern Fantasy world. That could actually be a great background gag. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Some green blue up here because of the red. It is actually fascinating though. It is actually fascinating that completely separated by time and space, things will just naturally evolve into crab. As you said before, like horseshoe crab isn't technically a crab, but it's basically a crab. It's basically a crab, right? From a different genus, from a different like part of the world and all of that, it all funnels into crab. Incredible. Jamie with the 5-stream streak. Hell yes. Hell yes. That's awesome. How you doing? What doing? We're drawing crabs today. Would you like to join in on crab? When you found out there were newer RuneScapes, you were like, excuse me, who gave you permission to sully the sacred limited polygons of my youth? Well, that was the thing, right? Is I heard the term old school RuneScape and my brain just went, yeah, RuneScape, right? What are we talking about? Phrasing, Jade. Just thinking could add some Studio Ghibli inspiration as well, because you recently watched Howl's Moving Castle. For sure. That definitely has like steampunk elements to it, for sure. A very old example of crab. Yeah, exactly. RuneScape 2 is old school RuneScape. RuneScape 1 almost no one remembers. Really? There was a RuneScape before the RuneScape that I played? -39 degrees Celsius here today and the aircon isn't reaching your room properly. Oh no. Sorry, bud. You're a 2007 baby, so you don't know what we're on about. No, you're all good. You're an old video game. Old video game. Any idea what year I played? Oh, this would have been back in 2004, 2005? This looks so pretty already. Thank you, Gray. Oh, at work again today, Green? You did say that you were being productive, yeah. Was it an MMO? Yeah, yep. RuneScape 2 is also known as 07scape. Ah, I would have played the OG then. Okay. Horseshoe crab's blood is based on copper, not iron. Their blood had a lot of medical uses. Interesting. Weird. That's very weird. That's got the same vibe as like silicon life form as opposed to carbon-based life form, you know? Horseshoe crab, very alien then. Blood currently has medical uses. It would help if you could say, no, you're all good, you're all good. Maybe play the original. Yep. What if your merchant said, being a merchant runs in the family, got copper running through my blood? I mean, that is a fun angle. That is a fun angle to have different species in D&D to have like drastically different anatomies. Heard we're passing out Krabby Patties. Yeah, we are. Rambo, we are on the crab train. Stocks in NFTs, downwards arrow. Stocks in crab, through the roof, just exploding. His tagline, copper blood, gold coins. To make the distinction, of course. Your friends have started calling you Unk? Isn't Unk... no, I'm thinking... I was going to say, isn't Unk like the ancient Egyptian, like, symbol of, like, Anubis or something? But that's Unk spelt like this, I think. ANKH or something. Short for uncle? Oh. Kids these days with their abbreviations. I got no freaking clue. Look up octopus, squid, and cuttlefish eyes. Talk about something that seems alien. Yeah, well, I mean, I had to look up octopus eyes for the Kraken drawing that we did ages ago. That was what? June? Hot damn. They have better and more efficient eyesight than we do. TLDR, human have stupid eyes. Cephalopods have superior eyes. Never a doubt in my mind. Copper blood, silver tongue, gold coins. Oh, hell yeah, Mel. Hell yeah. What a pitch. What a pitch to the players. I'm immediately dropping everything and investing in whatever that is going on. I don't care what what mercantile, whatever you have going on, I'm investing all of my money. If you can come up with a slogan like that, I'm convinced. You don't even get your own generational slang. Welcome in. Guess I am older than you. You know that? Frick. I mean, I outed myself saying that I used to play RuneScape back in what? 04, 05. I think that ages me more than anything. It'd be so funny if the implication was that I was so old. I was around for when the arcs were still relevant. Oh, God, I'm not helping my case. I'm not helping my case at all. Think dragons could fit in steampunk world? Yeah, absolutely could. If you wanted to lean into more steampunk, you could even have them be like steampunk dragons, like steel constructs with like tarp wings with motors in like the corners of the wings with like an engine in like the core of the dragon, and it like spits out lava and stuff. You could absolutely reflavor it to work more thematically if you wanted to. How old am I? I turned the big 3-0 earlier this year. I've got a little balloon over in the corner of my room that is still floating, by the way. I'll just point that out. Rex is still technically aloft. It's been, it's December, August, September, October, November. It's been 4 months and the balloon is still going. I should put it out of its misery. I should like step like a little bit of the thing to let out the air, because I'm intending to pack it away. But yes, big 3-0 this year. Born in 95? Yeah, yep. What generation your slang is of? You're either millennial or the one immediately after that. Don't understand Gen Z or millennials. That's fair. That's fair. Both are weird. Everybody's weird. 98. Yeah, I'd say that you're on the cusp, so you could fall either side. I think it's up to you at that point. Either after 97. Yeah. Steampunk, but you're not burning coal, you're using dragon flame. That'd be pretty dragon punk to me. How I just drew the unk on the screen as I talked about visual assistance. It works a wonder, works a treat. Why did you try typing ruffle for the Discord email? It's tough. I make the mistake all the time. Not that far away. Hey, it's good to know that I'm not I'm not the only senior citizen here. I'm gonna get yelled at by fire in a second. I should stop. Sometimes you accidentally make slang, then immediately forget it, but you use it again without realizing years later. I don't know. Some slang terms are fun. Like using vibe and aura. Oh, hell yeah. So lucky that you walked into the lab and didn't hear me. Excellent. And that'll be how it remains. You have no idea what I said. Aura for what? Well, just in general, describing things as having aura, you know? I find that to be a fun descriptor. You get vibe, but not aura. If you were to, say, for example, I'm running D&D. right? You enter a room, and across the way sits a large gentleman beneath a cloak, sitting at a table with a large tankard in one hand, 3 fingers missing from the right hand, replaced with gnarled skeletal appendages, like grasping the metal of the drinking vessel, exuding an intimidating aura. Like I feel as though like aura farming and describing people's auras is a pretty cool way of going about it. Until someone rattles on. I would never. I trust my chat implicitly. Made a Dark Souls boss by accident. Perfect. Talking to a coworker about how you're such a cool zoomer, and then immediately unironically use the phrase "boy howdy" on. You immediately gave yourself away, frick. For full context, I was just talking about how old I am. And the fact that I'm ancient, and I felt as though I was dragging you into the pit with me. Captain Vanderbilt from the dreaded The Crimson Dragon. Sounds badass. There you go. Boom. Thinking Aragon lost at the 3 fingers missing. Going to give your players the choice between 2 abilities. Aura Farming gives advantage to intimidation checks, and Aura Charming. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Don't look below my door. I'm going to have to look eventually. I can see part of it on the preview. I feel like the new Aura doesn't quite hold the same meaning as what I described. Really? Well then... no, I feel as though everybody means what I said. I'd like to hold on to that belief. All these terms were being used in the New Age community for decades. It's different when they hit the mainstream, you know. Your Spotify year wrap-up says that you have the vibe of a 21-year-old, so have fun in the pit without you. Ah, frick. My bones, they're melting. Okay, now I have environmental context for my crab. So I'm going to start shifting the colors. I think will be a fun little exercise. Let's see how we go with that. Maybe dragons are extinct in the wild, but they were known to be fearsome creatures. So maybe people try to replicate them. That's how they clockwork dragons. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Not that you know how to describe it, but the vibe feels different. I feel as though there's more of like a meminess to it, whereas the delivery that I was giving was more authentic. So I suppose that like there's the difference in that regard. But I don't feel like there's fundamentally a difference. Your aura is the type of energy you exude based on your appearance, demeanor, actions, etc. That's your understanding. Yeah, yep. Kids these days use weird wording for everything. You're becoming your parents slowly. We all must. In the same way that everything become crab, everything become parent. Join the little indie game team, and imagine how you felt when you learned they're like 10 years younger than us. Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the... Oh, we're all melting. We're all melting. Ah, I'm becoming bone meal. Maybe dragons are extinct because their scales are so helpful in heat proofing for the giant furnaces used to power cities. Oh, that'd be sick. If the kids say 6, 7, respond with 8, 9. I know how it works. You feel like you're life-wise in the same place as them, and that's not fair. Yeah. Yep. Every day, Noctua. Every day. That's okay. Everybody's journey is different. I'm going to get jump scared the second I look down. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Now I'm bracing for it. You genuinely despise 6'7" so much. The kid said it to you the other day. He wanted to punch him. It's just one of those things where I imagine it's the same as like the I like turtles meme, right? Where everybody back in the day was like, I like turtles. And it's not clever. It's not profound. It's just a thing that kids like saying. And I come to terms with it. I come to terms with it when I look at it through the lens of that, you know. Not bad after the nat one, not bad at all. Think you're finished? Want to leave your merchant where he is for now? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for let me go have a look. Is it the crab down in the bottom right, Mel? Or is it a separate image? Yeah, if I go searching for it now. 6'7" isn't that bad. 21 was literally just as dumb. Yeah. Yep. You feel like you're 30 compared... No, don't say that, Astrid. Don't. As somebody who is, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. Hold on to your youth. Bottom right? Okay. I'm looking, but I promise... I promise, Madness, I'm not looking directly below. Whose is the pun to the right? Okay, let's have a look. Perfect. With the rucksack over the shoulders. Yeah, perfect. I love the little hermit crab companion as well. Perfect, Mel. Pixie with the little stingrays as well. Sick. That's awesome. Only $69. Hell yeah. You were not lying. You were not lying when you said that you made a Dark Souls boss. Aquarius, Master of the Depths. Let the boss music start. Good lord. Dodge roll. Can't look at this one until you're finished. No. Sorry. I'm going to be killed now. Just mean you feel like you're matured and everyone else is immature. That'll pass. Pet dragon with condition of you can only race it while it's young because it can be controlled while it's young. But when it's big enough, it has to be returned to the farm and traded for another. A big dragon would be an illegal pet. Yeah. That's kind of like how a lot of the marsupials are here. 19's not bad. 19's not bad at all, Fairy. That's kind of how, like, wombats, for example. Wombats are the same. You can have them in, like, a temporary captivity situation just to keep them safe up until they reach adolescence, and then you have to release them into the wild. You have to, because they start... becoming more independent, and if you don't let them go at that point, then they won't establish independence for themselves. They start getting territorial, they're less friendly, they start attacking the keepers and stuff. I'd imagine it would be similar with the dragon. Absolutely love everyone's crabs. Yeah, of course. Everyone has a gift, and the gift is for crabs. Who spams spells and runs away. Oh no. Must step away for tonight. It was great meeting. Thanks for the art, streams and combos. Catch you in validation. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good night. Your cousin keeps forgetting you're a couple of weeks older than her big brother though, because you have such a young goblin energy. He has such an old man vibe. Oh, the worst is when they keep, like, mentioning it. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot that you're 30. Right in the vulnerable part. Glad nobody here is getting snippy. Otherwise, you'd have to say that, what the shell is your problem? Wish you had a place to put your tablet. Drawing like this is killing your ass. Oh no. Why is that bad? It's kind of what you were describing before of comparing to other people at this stage. It's something that I've gotten pretty decent at, like putting to the wayside. But I don't know, something about that number in particular is just is a little bit of a punch. The main villain Sky Pirates could have a ship called the Crimson Dragon that has a bunch of ornate flares that fake resemble dragons in some way. Yeah, or like the what's it called? What's the thing on the front of a ship? They usually have a statue or something. I'm thinking mantle, but it's not true. Google. Dear Google, what is it called when a ship has a statue on the front? Lots of love, Bahali. Figurehead. There we go. Boom. You could have like a dragon head as the figurehead at the front of the ship with like maybe some wings grafted onto the side of the ship. Do I have a blue sky? I do. I don't update it as much as I should. I update my Instagram more often, but even that I don't update as much as I should. New Year's resolution, be on top of my socials. It'll be my New Year's resolution for like the 4th year in a row, good lord. I mean, I'm better about it nowadays, but still. The ship lassie. Yeah, exactly. The thing at the front. Who drew the diver? Is there a diver? There is a little diver. I didn't see that. That's amazing. After this stream, you're finally going to claw into bed and sleep. No, you're all good, Mel. You're all good. I appreciate you bringing the spice. Somebody's got to throw out the crab puns, you know? One of your Gen Z co-workers was listening to the song Starships. Was like, I love this old classic. Oh, God. No, don't tell me that. Told her that she just stabbed you in the heart. That she twisted the knife by telling you she was born when you graduated high school. Oh. Kia! Critical damage. Moving wings with tarp. Yeah, yep. This year we can work on that resolution together. Yep. Arm in arm, we'll skip into the sunset, having forgotten both of our phones back on the hillside with both of them going off with their notifications. I feel like we're forgetting something. Imagine the dragon wings could be side sails. When they raise the sails, it looks like it's about to take flight. Ooh, yeah, where they deploy the front sails and it like unfurls from the sides as well. Yeah. Yes. You could give them Viking theming if you wanted to lean into the how you train your dragon, how to train your dragon kind of universe. If you wanted to lean in that direction, if you didn't want to go Viking, there are other methods. You could go very like swords and sorcery style, like knights kind of thing, where they refer to themselves as like Sir Bragshaw, Sir Cutthroat, Sir. You know, like it's all like a terrible bastardization of like the House of Knights type deal. You're obsessed with the idea, won't lie. It's pretty cool. Being paranoid. Wanted to know Magna's stance on AI. Gotta admit, it's a pretty based one. Ooh. Does it launch AI from a trebuchet into the ocean? Ooh, let's have a look. Oh, flashbang. Even though Magma has explored generative AI tools, we have decided not to pursue them until the fundamental challenges affecting artists' livelihoods are addressed. We want to clarify that any AI art tools we tested were never publicly released, and we never charged anyone or made a profit from them. Magma is all about the human experience of collaboration. We believe that a joy of creating art is just as important, if not more important, than the final result. In today's world, many companies feel pressured to integrate AI. Magma was no different. But after careful consideration, we believe that current generative AI art tools need more work to be truly beneficial for the art community. We encourage other art platforms to think carefully before using AI. We stand to be a voice for our users, championing their rights as AI evolves and becomes more standard in our industry. We will not make AI a part of Magma platform, the Magma platform, and discourage other art platforms from doing so unless we can all confidently abide by these principles. And then they list a bunch of that. No, that's a super level-headed approach to it. I feel that's decent. That's cool. They're like, hey, straight up, we have messed with them. We've like played around with it to see how we felt about the whole thing. Hey, we're not comfortable with how it sits morally at the moment, so we're looking to utilize them just once it's all kind of been accounted for morally, you know? Publicly spout fire and brimstone level preaching about AI. This is more accurate to how you feel. Yeah. It's not Kara app, but definitely better than Adobe. I don't fundamentally have an issue with how their approach to it, because they've been incredibly transparent about the fact that hey, we are down to utilize it as a tool if it's done morally, and I kind of agree in the sense that it's a problem that AI. It's a problem that AI. What's the term? It basically farms people's work that haven't given consent to scraped is the term. It scrapes a whole bunch of work that hasn't been consented to. That's a big problem. People are using it as a final product, which I also disagree with. People are deeming it as art in and of itself. I also disagree. But if all of these things were taken care of as an issue, and instead it was used as a learning tool, as okay, how do I do different angles of a figure or something, and then you can generate something to give you insight as to how you would do an angle, or generate what a landscape would kind of look like to give you reference thoughts and stuff, and then you could use that knowledge to inform how you learn art. I don't necessarily think that's an issue if it was morally acquired, if the information was morally acquired, and then two, if it was used as a beneficial tool to encourage artists to improve their skills. I think that's fine. I don't fundamentally fire and brimstone have an issue with it if it's done so morally. It's not even against machine learning tools. It's the fact that companies have freaking blown it way out of control. Yeah, yep. Well, it's because it doesn't currently have any regulation is the problem. It's not even just the final product for you. It's the biggest number one issue is the fact that data that has been trained on is stolen trademark. One of the keystone issues for me. Yeah. Hard to imagine a way it could work in an ethical way that's good for the environment, but hypothetically, sorry, yep. If it could, then Magma would think about it. Yeah, that's basically the stance. Never be good for the environment. Wouldn't be worse than driving a freaking car. AI is never going to go away, unfortunately. The major issue with the AI is people are using it as a replacement rather than a tool. There's a major difference. As the new technology, there will always be bad actors. That's how the world works. Doesn't mean it's bad tech. It just means you need to have better regulation and standards for it. That's the thing that I'm waiting for, is the regulation to do with it. All tech is inherently bad for the environment, but AI is way past its limits in terms of like power consumption and pollution. Yeah, it's pretty bonkers. With all new things, it needs a little bit of regulation, just so that bad actors can't exploit it to the nth degree. And we have yet to see any of that regulation, unfortunately. I mean, we've had a couple of court cases go in our favour, but I mean, it's a little bit of a precedent. Need a little bit more, though. You love the ocean look at these crustaceans, so delish, especially the garlic herb butter. No, these crabs are free. Let them be free. Speaking of AI as reference tools, it's so hard to find real images nowadays. There's so much AI spam and it's horrible for referencing. Anatomy is wrong. You don't know it's wrong. You might completely miss it. Yeah. Well, that's why I avoided using Pinterest for the longest time, because it just became a complete mess. I needed to use other search engines to find shampoo down in the pit. I needed to use other search engines to refine my searches to get rid of the AI results. But Pinterest is kind of like half measure put in something that helps to reduce the AI results, which is nice. It means that I'm more willing to browse on Pinterest, but I still can't trust it 100%. Because some do still get through the cracks. Pinterest is full of AI, even though you blocked AI. Yeah. Yep. Reduce, not remove. Yep. We should make it Pinterest instead. Yeah. What's the Futurama meme with blackjack and prostitutes or whatever? Hell yeah. Outside works and self photos. Yeah. Think internet won't survive this. It's tough because eventually it'll get to a point where it's all just it all just washes over you, right? You don't engage with any of it because it's all just noise. And it'll get to the point where they've run out of new things to pilfer from. So they'll start pilfering from itself, even though they try to blacklist other AI things to scrape from. But in the same way that Pinterest results still get through the filter, they'll start accidentally scraping from AI results, and it'll mutate and become garbage. Basically, it will kill interest in images on the internet, unfortunately, like image, video, music. Should educate AI on the struggles of living, like how after COVID a lot of men are learning about the struggles of women's health. Yeah. They'll empathetically be like, oh, sorry, we'll cut it out. Easy to build a website like Pinterest. Don't know about the AI detection. That's always the problem, right? How you doing, by the way, Shampoo? Sorry that you've sorry that you've come into a serious conversation, but we have some serious conversations sometimes. Deleted all Meta platforms and many other social media because it's all just AI slop now. Don't want to consume something that no one bothered to create? Yeah. Yep. The people that I'm the most heartbroken for are the artists who basically were used as the foundational stepping stones for that classic AI look now, because their work will basically never be appreciated again because it just looks like AI stuff now. It sucks. I've got an app that limits the amount of time you can spend on Insta and Discord because your Insta algorithm is so doomed. Oh no. It's probably wise. It's probably wise to have a few limitations on it. You're okay? Had a scare yesterday, but you're breathing today, so that's an automatic plus. Good to hear. Glad to hear that you're breathing. Hi, Pretender. Hi. The dead internet theory is already materializing. I think the last statistics you saw was roughly 50% of things real people interact with are bots and AI, all driven to get engagement, data collection, and nefarious purposes. Yeah. Yep. Well, it'll get to the point where you guys will rip off your Scooby-Doo style masks and you'll be like, but highly surprised, we were bots this whole time and I've basically been alone in a room talking to no one. Oh, God, I'm going to be so depressed. I'm going to be so freaking depressed. The full stop of crabs has been replaced. Crab blah blah blah. Vampire crab? Migraine caused a nosebleed, became deaf for almost 90 minutes, but you can hear. You can hear, hell yes, we take those. I shouldn't curl up like a prawn. Should not curl up like a prawn. As comfortable and reassuring as it is, I should not. Curl up like a crab. I just start digging into the floor. I just start burying myself, waiting for fish to swim past. One of these days, I'll actually go and get a massage and actually fix my neck. But today is not that day, apparently. That horseshoe crabs not only survived every major extinction, predate both dinosaurs and trees, they're closely related to spiders, not crabs. Yeah, we were just talking about that before, that they're like maybe technically not crabs, even though they've got crab in the name. Thank you for a crabtastic time, but you're going to make like a crab and walk on your way out of here for now. Thanks for the fun time. Thanks for the fun time. The good times, the crab times. Thank you. Look after yourself. And crab walk. Yeah. And crab walk your way out of here. Look after yourself, bud. Have a good night. Thank you for joining in. Should throw out there that there is a good organization called Real Good AI that aims to, now that it is unfortunately seems to be here to stay, help steer AI in a direction that aims to be ethical as possible, teaching people that what AI actually is and is not. They continuously do research on AI to better inform people and companies. Well, hopefully it leads to a little bit of momentum before Pixelonic heads off. Vampire crab, yes. Vampire crab, yes. With the fangs. And the mantas used as bats. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. I love that so much. That's awesome. Sick. Really vibe with their message and cause. You're trying to volunteer for them. It'll be good. It'll be good to have a bit of that momentum kind of carry up the food chain a little bit, you know. Yeah, of course. Yeah, batteries. It's so good. These all look so good. They do. Now, God, now I really just want to do Batman as a crab. Is that... Speaking of copyright infringement. Bye. Look after yourself, bud. Real good AI specifically have artists working together with the researcher and rest of the team. Good. It was always a bit crap that artists were completely cut out of the process. I know that, like, it doesn't account for all artists, of course, but it at least means that they've at least got like a Jiminy Cricket type character in the war room as well. Fan art if Batman is a crab is not copyright infringement and is protected internationally. Hell yeah. That's what I'll say. I'll say I have the power of God, anime, and the law on my side, and then I'll pinch them and then scuttle away. Batman's not your real dad. Can't tell me what to do. You're right. He isn't my real dad. He hasn't seen his real dad in ages. He doesn't even know what a real dad is. It's so rude. I don't know, I'm being defensive. Throwing out loose punches all over the place. There's already a robin that's a starfish. Is there? I mean, there's Barnacle Boy and... Yeah, but Barnacle Boy is... He's not a starfish. He's a barnacle. I like the idea of me being cornered fire and then just throwing out as many rapid fire, like vague, loose insults in Batman's direction as quickly as I possibly can before I get taken down. His name is Jarrah and you love him? Really? Calls Batman dad. Well, I know that there's a character named Starro. And I know there are many characters named Robin. I never knew that the Venn diagram overlapped. If they don't let you, then tell them that I'll tell you. Ooh, yeah, good plan. Good plan, Shampoo. That'll be... Shampoo. Oh, don't tell Shampoo. Frick. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and have a look in a second. Brace for it. Brace for it. Brace for impact. 3, 2, 1. We've got Oak Crab from Noctra. Beautiful. We have Kessa with with a handy dandy octopus just helping itself to a all you can eat crab buffet. We've got a bunch of crabs down here underneath the crab. We've got crab Dark Souls boss, Aquarius Master of the Depths spamming spells. We've speaking of Starro, we've got Get Crab Grab. Ooh, only $69. Hell yeah. Ooh, we've got a very like reminiscent of like a Hollow Knight bug design going on here with some of the crabs down here by Jamie. Hell yeah. I like a lot. We've got the vampire crab, of course. We have the crab merchant, copper blood, silver tongue, gold coins. We have quite the showing today. It's looking good. You think you're going to call your little crab done? Fair. Wrap a little bow. Shampoo for real friends. Real poo for your sham friends. I strongly feel as though sham and poo should not be separated. I feel as though it's only it only works as one and the same. Got bored today, so you did your tank placements in Overwatch 2. Oh, what'd you get? You forgot tonight was art night. You're all good. You still got time. I'm still going for like an hour and a half. You got time. The canvas is up on the Discord if you want to jump in. Someone who only plays ball and ball being banned in 8 out of 10 of your matches, you think Plat 4 isn't bad? Plat 4 is not bad. Plat 4 is not bad at all. Well done. Tired of drawing in Magma. We'll continue drawing on iPad instead. That's fair. That is fair. Ghoulie has told me that Magma in particular can be a little bit awful on some tablets. So more than understandable. I also miss my my usual brushes whenever I move over to Magma. But hey, more than makes up for it in the form of shenanigans. What's my rank? Oh, I haven't done ranked anything in seasons. But like Plat 1 or something, I can't remember. Plat 2? But not on tank, on DPS. Using your laptop and screen tablet? Yep. Fair. That was a bit of a stretch. Oh, but you know what? I'm feeling generous. I'll give it to you. You can have that one. Last time you played rank, Ramacha wasn't in the game, so it was very weird going back into it. I don't know. I don't have the desire to grind rank. I mean, kind of full stop, but even more so now that Stadium came out. I don't know, it scratches the itch of like improving across the match. It gives me like a little micro experience of self-improvement. I don't need to feel that big macro improvement across the season. Are there different brushes? There are. Not going to grind it. Just wanted to see where you're at. Yeah, that's fair. I have a very all or nothing personality is the problem. I always think to myself like, what if I'm actually truly going to see where I'm at in terms of rank, then I need to grind for the whole season to kind of see where I end up, not just after the placements. It's not a healthy mentality to have. Time for you to do your luxurious cooking of your frozen microwave meal. Hell yeah. Head chef, what is on the menu for tonight? Curried crab. Marinated crab. Innards with rice also sounds good right about now. Ooh. I've never liked crab. I've liked crab. I've never liked eating crab. Because, I don't know, I don't like foods that it feels like a bit of a chore to eat. And crab is very much so on that list of, on that short list of foods. I'm bearing my soul. I'm sure that there would be ways to have crab where it's like already deshelled or whatever. And that would be fine, I guess. Sure, that would be fine. Agreed, though, to be honest. It just takes so long, you know? Don't like food that makes your hands messy. Not a caveman. Makes chicken wings go from a 9 to a 5 to... Yeah, I kind of agree. Have a friend who hates food with bones in it. And you were so confused because bone marrow is the best part. I don't know. I'm just not that much of a metasaurus, I guess. Sounds like imitation crab is your crab sticks, yeah. But even then, because I know that it's imitation crab, I kind of go, oh, what's the point? That I know, like, it's stupid because it's just, if it's tasty food, then eat it, unless like there's a health concern. But still, I don't know. I very much so get in my head about it. Quinlan, welcome in. Hi. Hello. Welcome in. How you going? Soulmates, welcome. Moth Cryptid, hell yeah, welcome. How you going? How was your stream? The Quindom is invading. Bear down the hatches, shutter the windows, put tablecloths on the tables so we're at least presentable while we're being raided. Shut the gates, don't let them in. Saw crabs, had to come say hi. Of course, that makes incredible amounts of sense. The theme of today is crabs, yeah. How you doing? How's your stream? What'd you get up to? There's a thing that we have around these parts that if you raid, you provide an art tax. So if you've got any work that you'd like to share, either a work in progress that you have going, something that you finished recently, a piece of portfolio that you'd like to show off, I would love to see. Links are acceptable in either the Twitch chat or the Discord, whatever works for you. I don't mind. But welcome in, everybody. How are we doing? How are we all? I'm Mahali, if you haven't met me before. I'm a freelance fantasy illustrator, so I do scenes and characters and landscapes and portraits and this kind of thing. If you like this kind of jam, you might like my stuff. Today is crabs. We're in a shared magma canvas. The theme is crabs. So everybody's in here drawing crabs. So if you want to jump in and draw some crabs of your own, you're more than welcome. More than welcome. You're not drawing a crab? Okay, if you say so. working on some custom mobs for Minecraft. Tonight, starting to design a palace cat / ice ocelot. It was a struggle. As for art tags, oh yes, please. These are your finished mobs so far. Let's have a look. Ooh. Hell yeah. Okay. So we have like an ancient flowery mushroom. Yeah, yes, maybe. Like a magma ox. This is sick. This is awesome. A nether ox. Please forgive me. It's been an eon since I played Minecraft, but I'm aware of some of. Yeah, no, these are definitely nether themed, because this is like the nether forest thing that came in a few updates ago that I've heard about. That's awesome. That's sick. The Kraggles are amazing. Biased, this one's my favorite so far. Yes, we were talking about Batman's Robin as different things before. This is Robin as a mushroom. Daffodil, hell yeah. These are different cows themed after the different flowers that appear in Minecraft. Hell yeah. I'm only aware of the daffodil and the rose. As anything after that is beyond me, but I recognize some of them. No, this is sick. Sea cow, yes. Sea cow, yes. This is awesome. This is so good. Ooh, little butterfly. Monarch butterfly. Ghostly butterfly. These are awesome. These are so sick. Thank you for sharing. Okay, new favorite. I have to. Cactus creeper. I have to. Oh God. And they just keep getting better. No, stop. They're so good. I'm a sucker for anything like slightly creepy. So these are phenomenal. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. And welcome in. If you have to dash to look after yourself with sleep, food, hydration, whatever, please, no stress whatsoever. But if you want to hang out for a little bit, more than happy to have you. Oh, welcome in. Yeah, let me hit with your follow back. Boom. But yes, welcome in. Moth Cryptid, thank you for the follow. Soulmace as well, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the tavern. How you going? It's a lush cave mushroom, and then crimson and warped mushrooms. There you go. No, you're drawing a picture. That's what I thought. All the flower cows are able to be bone mealed to get the flour that. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. So it's not just a skin. It's that's really cool. That's really cool. What do you mean creepy? Those are beautiful. Yeah, creepy in the most beautiful of ways. You know what I mean? For such good crabs, one must fly. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. How are we doing? How was our week so far? We've officially kind of, depending on your time zone, arrived at the weekend. Congratulations, everyone. We've done it. Congratulations. For those who Saturday and Sunday aren't a weekend for you, I'm sorry. But we will be partying. Everybody else will be partying. We'll party on your behalf as well, okay? If crab plus centaur plus crab plus crab plus crabtor, I can see how you'd need lots of crabs in order to make that work, because otherwise it would be very lopsided, quite physically as well. Could you imagine though? Could you imagine? You'd have centaur like horse body, right? And then you would just have crab. And that's just not a good look. This is not a good ratio. This is not a good ratio like whatsoever. You need more. Hence the plus crab plus crab plus crab plus crab, right? In order to make it up. Miz, hi. Welcome in. Yeah, let me greet you at the bar. Welcome in. How you doing? Streaming art, of course. What were you up to? Dr. Rick, hi. Snow. Snow, a pleasure as always. What were you up to? The usual art tax, please, Miz, if you'll be so kind. We're working on crab today. For everybody who came in with Mrs. Raid, if you haven't met me before, hi, I'm Mahali. Nice to meet you. I'm a freelance fantasy illustrator. I do these kind of works. If you like these kind of things, you might like this kind of thing. But I'll leave that in your hands, in your capable judgment. You did more work on your tree guy and did some emotes for friends. Nice. If you'd like to share one or the other or both, I'm more than happy to have a look. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. What are we up to? Need crabs. How many crabs are you talking here? Got a couple of sources, but the quality may be a little bit questionable. Don't ask where they come from. They don't like too many questions. The prices are fair. I can promise you that. Okay. I could use like 3 more crabs, I think. Only crabs? Yeah, hell yeah. The famous pictures of crab. Server will be undergoing updates and maintenance soon. Frick, what? Magma. Service update. Magma status? This doesn't tell me anything. Frick you. I guess we'll get kicked out soon. Rude, I know. Art tax has been slapped in the Discord. Let's have a look. Yes. Yes, it's coming along so well. I can see it. So you've added in the foie. You've added in the foie. You've added in the lighting on the face. You've darkened. You've given it more of a vignette look. It's looking sick. The focus is all here, and you've nailed it. You've absolutely nailed it so far. It's looking great. Looking super good. Super, super, super good. Usually that's like 5 minutes down, but sometimes it's like 20 seconds. Sometimes, rarely it's actually scheduled and can last a day. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The glow is so good. It's so good, right? 3 more. That's easy enough to source, but I think they might be a little insulated by that quantity. You need to get a bit. You'll get a better deal if you want more between 200 and 1,000. More likely to keep your knees intact. You're not super attached to your knees, so you can do. Well, I mean, crabs don't have knees, right? I can live the crab life. I'll take my 3 crabs and lack of knees. I'll use my knees as payment. Not happy with the face glow, so you'll probably rework it. I think the glow is fine. You might just need to work into it a little bit. Add some like textural highlights where it's like bouncing off of the. Sorry, don't take my feedback and put it in a bucket. Don't worry about it. You didn't ask for feedback. I will provide it if you ask for it. What these crabs need? They need a whale. A whale of a good time. The idea of crab tour happened too easily for your brain, so you don't know what else to draw. Have you depicted crab tour? Is crab tour real? Yeah, mine stopped letting me draw as well, yeah. Just to keep it like super straightforward and simple, I'd imagine just with like a little bit of where the light is bouncing off the creases and stuff in the bark. I think if you work that in over the top, I think it's fine. Not like a whale fall. To eat. Right. Well, isn't that a thing? That's a thing, isn't it? Where whales die and then they fall down into the Marianas Trench or whatever, deepest part of the ocean, and then crabs and other scavenge feeders all kind of dissolve the whale over time. Crab more powerful than whales? Did I save? It automatically updates. It automatically saves, I believe. Crabs do absolutely have a knee-like joint in their legs. They're just sideways. Makes them scuttle more sideways. Makes it really easy to catch them with broad swings. Oh god, that just reminds me of like a Dark Souls style game where you're trying to dodge roll whatever damage is coming in and you dodge into the big broadsword slash. God. Maybe I am closer to crab than I first anticipated. I think it needs to blend it a little bit more so it's more like a gradient in spots. Oh, for sure. I just don't think that you need to rework it. In my humble opinion. I reckon you're doing really well. Not just the Marianas. Oh, for sure. No. It's the only example that I know off the top of my melon. Give the raiders a tour of what we have. Oh, of course. Yeah. So, welcome in everybody. If you're not familiar with the layout of the tavern, we've got things, we've got stuff. Most sort of eye-catchingly, we have a pit. If you're not familiar with the pit, just be careful with where you step in the tavern. You can actually end up falling through the floorboards. They kind of have a mind of their own. They tend to shift around as you walk around, and if you're not careful, you can actually fall out through the bottom into the pit and down onto this big pile of things. This big pile of things is ruled over by this dude over here, the Goblin King, and the Bone Collector lives in the pile of things as well. You're going to have to watch out for that. But otherwise, an incredibly hospitable place. What you're saying is that crabs are very subject to the cleave action. Also, they're vulnerable to bludgeoning. Yes, crab hammers, right? And we're back. Ooh, and it's given us a big look at the whole canvas. It's looking quite good. Jay, did you seriously draw not a crab? It's so freaking good. This is so good. If you're not familiar, because explaining the joke always makes it way funnier, there was a famous art piece in France that was something along the lines of "Ce n'est pas une pipe" or something, and it was a picture of a smoke pipe, right, in the image. And the joke was, or like the commentary was, that we depict things, but we can't truly depict things, right? We're depicting the soul of things, basically. And it was known as the "This is not a pipe" painting. And Jade has very, very ingeniously depicted not a crab. I'm so impressed. It's so good. Appreciate the feedback. Of course. Sorry that I kind of blurted it out, but hopefully some of it was useful. Things and stuff, your favorite? So many things and so many stuff. Didn't see this before. Yeah. We've got a full cross-section of the tavern. Maybe with not all the detail that I'd want, but it's working again. Yeah, it is. Meant a tour of the shared canvas, but a tavern. Oh, I didn't realize that I could move the canvas around at the time. I just assumed that the screen was frozen. Yeah, that's my bad. But so crabs aren't crabs, right? Some crabs are crabs. Some crabs are not crabs. It's very confusing. Like horseshoe crabs we were discussing before are maybe technically not crabs. But we were also saying that all things return to crab eventually, right? It's a whole mess of a thing. Picture is accurate. The crab depicted isn't a crab, literally. Always appreciate feedback. Got any? Go ahead and sling it your way. I will always present meaningful, constructive feedback. I will not just fling things at you. Please don't frame it as flinging. I refuse to fling things. I will give you helpful things that you can actually use. Maybe. Depending on the quality of the thing that I give you. It's like how cheesecake is called a cake despite being a pie. Unlike fish, which are all fish, not all fish doesn't mean anything. I mean... yeah, maybe? Jellyfish aren't fish, right? Sorry to poke a hole in it, but... we're all just crab. Exactly. I have a few notes. I do have a few notes. Yeah, just... Here, Ms. There you go. A few notes for you. Fish aren't real. Okay, let's not start diving into the deep end. From dust to dust? No, from dust to crab. Yeah. We all return to crab. Everything returned to crab. We've got crab. We've got a new one. We've got a new crab coming in. We have octopus feasting on crab. We have annoyed crabs and hermit crabs. We have Dark Souls Aquarius Master of the Depths crab. We have Get Crab Grabbed. We have Ant Crab. Vampire Crab. Look, that's such sick crabs. Merchant Crab. So many cool ones. Have I seen the animated short movie Crabs from the 70s? I have not. Derek, I have not. The closest thing I can think of is the after credits bit of Finding... No, is it after credits? No, the ending of Finding Nemo with the little crabs going along the sewage pipe. That's the closest thing I can think of. Other than that, I'm not too familiar with animated crabs. The full stop at the end of the crab is also just a crab now. It totally is. Well done. Well done. With the pixel limitation as well. Well done. It's pretty crazy. If you've got a link to it, or if you... Apologies for my greed, but would you be able to quickly DM me with just animated movie crabs as just a message? Because my memory is terrible post-stream. But if I see the message, I'll remember it and I'll look it up after stream. Please do. If you get a second. No stress if you don't. Oh, you have it on hand. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's grab this. Whoop. And I'll save it away for after stream. Thank you. Thank you. Learned about it the other day. Kind of like how veggies aren't real. Veggies are all sorts of classifications. Berries too are weird. It's one of those things that breaks your brain on a technical level. Whereas if you return back to the realm of societal understanding of like, generally these are vegetables, generally these are fruit, generally these are nuts, you return to sanity. It's quite nice. If you can remain sane and dig into the technicalities of it, it can be quite interesting. But you run the risk of breaking your brain into kind of that mode of anytime anybody brings up vegetables, you have to cut it and be like, technically that's not a vegetable. And nobody likes that person. Nobody. The person who like vaults over the table, three tables over in the restaurant, with like their napkin sliding from their neck with food smeared down their face, like, it's not a vegetable, like cutting into the conversation that you were having. Don't do it. You find it hilarious. The person or the concept? Fish is just a blanket category. If it's a vertebrate that lives in the water, breathes through gills, moves with fins, it's a fish. There are fish that more closely relate to us than other fish. It's not taxonomic group, it's just a, well, guess it's a thing. Yeah. Your crab is done? Let's have a look. Oop. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Glorious. Not Dio Crab. It was me, Dio. It's like, yeah, we knew. We knew it was you, Dio, the whole time. Oops. Why are straws and raspberries not berries, but are? It's just one of those questions, you know? Do that all the time and everybody loves you. Press F, press X to doubt. Press X to doubt. It's me, Crabbo. Villain in all our hearts. Because there was a time where people classified beavers as fish, so I could eat them during Lent. What? What? Surely that's not true. That's ridiculous. It walks like a fish, quacks like a fish. It's a fish. You must away to the ether, as you need sustenance. Yeah, please. Please, Ms., look after yourself. Have a wonderful stream. Appreciate taking little horrors for a while. Of course, Ms., thank you for the raid. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit as well. Enjoy your foods. Enjoy your rest. Thanks, bud. It's true. Ugh, of course it is. It's maybe the attitude when someone explains it. Yeah, that's fair. Actually... excuse me. I think you'll find that... I think you'll find that they're not actually... I think you'll find that they're not actually vegetables. I think you'll... At that point in time, I'm punching that guy in the schnoz. Do you want to press your X? She's your X for a reason. Also, she's at work and it's 5 in the morning. Did I prompt you to? Don't do that. Don't bother people. Reckon beef would be pretty good. I mean, I suppose so. I'm not the kind of person who likes to indulge in exotic meats and stuff. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I've just snoozed the ads for a 5-minute bump. So just a heads up, ads are gonna turn up in about 5 minutes. At the time, they thought the geese spawned from driftwood, so the fact that they were fish is less. Yeah, okay. The good old days. Alt, how dare you? Bees are considered fish in the state of California, so that they're protected. Also, vanilla used to be produced by the chemicals in beaver booty. What? Have vanilla during Lent because of it as well. So when they classified the whole animal, it and anything made from it was okay. Sure, I guess. That seems like the weirdest of fudging of numbers. How does the hole filled with water correctly? Somebody, well, actually, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Difference between actually and I learned that wild thing that seems, yeah, that's fine. Like, it's fun as a novelty, as like a, haha, there's this wacky thing that nobody's actually going to adhere to. As compared to, actually, you shouldn't talk about it like that because it's actually a fish. At that point in time, you're getting kicked in the shins and I'm scuttling under a table or something. It's fine if you... Tone goes a long way. Tone goes a long way. We're all folks of culture and random fact. I mean, hey, the internet tells us strange and wonderful things. What can I say? Like when you realize that sharks are older than the North Star, which really does explain their politics. Now you're drawing pants? Can't make you draw a crab. Not my real crab. Yeah, as I said, Jade, at the top. The prompt in the middle of the canvas is to give you an idea of something to do. If you've got ideas of other things to do, Godspeed. Don't remember what it was, but a friend of yours told you about it. It was either a potato or an animal, but one was considered the other in that state due to people wanting to sell it legally. I think they were classified an animal as a type of potato. Might have been the other way around. That's still ridiculous, though. That's very much so like a haha, I got away with it on a technicality thing. I mean, I suppose that's why they call it a loophole, but still, that's ridiculous. They made up a technicality. They made up the loophole in order to use the loophole. That's very silly. It's the constant desire to learn because the world is complex and fascinating. Well, that kind of speaks to, I've spoken about it a few times, but after having left school, that's when the desire to learn kind of hit me, which is such a darn shame because school gives you a bunch of resources to do it kind of on the, like, paid for, like you're paid for learning thing. It's not true. You don't actually, you know what I mean? Like that's the time in which you're expected to do it. So now, as you've said, there's just this air of fascination about me. So I go down these little logic rabbit holes all the time on the internet. And it's a lot of fun, but also, I regret not having done it before. Hey Squid, how you going? 49, hell yeah. Love telling people fun facts, but you did have to learn the right way of doing it. When not to do it, but you're filled with facts to the brim. Yes, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, it's very much so social cues. It's annoying because you look for the absolute answer on it. You're like, okay, when can I hit somebody with a fun little trivia fact? And the answer is usually, it depends. And that sucks as a response because you'd prefer to have like, oh, yeah, I mean, when the North Star crosses with and then the beam of light hits the window at the right angle and then Doug walks in the room and then you're allowed to use trivia facts. You'd prefer to have something more tangible, but hey, that's how it is. Desire to learn can be stifled by hectic stress of being told to learn. That's true. Yeah, good point. Mahali had shepherd's pie for dinner. I haven't had dinner, actually. So maybe it's a premonition. Doing good. Want to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 for a friend's birthday. It was mediocre, like the first one, but it wasn't that bad, honestly. It was a fun experience for sure. I've heard that the reviews for the second one are abysmal, but glad to hear that you had a good time with it. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters. Five Nights at Freddy's can be like popcorn flick. Good movie can be good movie. I couldn't think of one off the top of my head. Slade, hi, welcome to the tavern. Thank you for the follow. How you going? School in the USA is kind of awful. That you never went to college, but it seemed like just learn to fake it, but better. It depends what study you go into is the big thing that I've learned. Oh, ads. We'll chill for a little bit. I said Freddy's. You got an ad with Freddy on? No. Twitch is listening. That or Coinky Dink. Love how I handled the reflect. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your boss told you the other day, whenever you say something is a fun fact, it's usually a fact, but I think that reflects the place you work. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very funny way of addressing that. Thank you for the fact that you have said that is fun. Actually, used to cut school as a high schooler to drive yourself to the bookstore to read in peas. Yes. Not good, but also incredibly relatable. 13% Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Comments about the jump scares getting kind of bad were for sure true. Fair. When shepherds spot the North Star 5 times, lock your windows because you're coming. Oh, no. But yes, now that we're out of the ads, let's quickly take a tour of the canvas, see where we're at. We have O Crab, we have Dio as crab, we have octopus with crab, we have not a crab, crabs, hermit crab, blushing crab, Dark Souls crab, get crab grabbed, ant crab, or with another hermit crab there, bat crab, vampire crab, crab with pants, merchant crab. These are some very good crabs, guys. You should be incredibly impressed with yourselves. Well done. The theme is crab. Probably going to do your usual and not draw the theme because you can never think of anything for that. You're all good. You're all good. It's a loose recommendation. You don't have to. Wasn't until you were subject to furniture that you realised it was time. Need to keep your room. It has all your bones. Of course. Yeah, no, you need to look after your room in the tavern because otherwise it gets cluttered. No, for sure. For sure. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, Shampoo. These look great. They do. Now everyone's absolutely nailed the prompt. Absolutely nailed it. You could draw something with the prep? Hell yeah. No pressure. So confused why the crab tour keeps being called Ant. Not upset about. I've got it in my head that it's very similar to some of the designs in Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight they're all bugs. So I can't unsee it. It's not your fault. It's mine. It's how my brain works. The fun facts you have at work are mostly commentary on employees you manage. Oh, no. That's not fun facts, that's rumours. I mean, I suppose they are technically fun facts about the other employees. It was my heart on the line. I really screwed it up this time, didn't I, Alt? Didn't I, Alt? No, you're all good. Thank you for reminding me that. I'll try and recircuit it. Crab tour. Bob has been made redundant. That's not a fun fact. That's a sad fact. A sad fact for Bob. Physically realized the question that was missed earlier, and is the answer. Yep. Question being, what should the crab tour's name? Yep, okay, yeah, perfect. But yeah, Ant. Yep. Perfection. You need $235 so you can eat spider crab. Need? Okay, a little lesson. There's a difference between want and need. I just want to clarify. I'm not saying which is which. Just clarifying. Is it a want to eat spider crab, or is it a need to eat spider crab? First name Ant, last name Crub. If I met a character named Ant Crub, I would be obsessed with them. One of the latest fun facts, an employee has been driving a company car since February on a suspended license, and now he's upset that he's not allowed to drive a company car anymore because he found out when the police called you about him getting pulled over in the company car. Oh, no. Fun facts with Dr. Rick. Oh, dearie dear. I just like the idea of, hey, want to hear a fun fact? It's not going to be a fun fact, is it? It's a need. You need it. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. Venmoing through 235 crab dollars an hour. Doug didn't walk in the room, so no idea if this is socially the right time. But fun fact, ghost crabs can run sideways at speeds of up to 10 miles per hour. Good lord! 16 kilometers per hour. That's insane. Through water? Presumably not. There's no way. It would have to be above water, right? Only time you get to eat what you want is when the rich are feeling pity or when you commit a crime. Oh, it's time for crimes then. You should prepare to go box. We'll be wrapping up stream pretty shortly as well. Oh, my neck. My poor neck. Have a slight obsession with using custom tour-themed races as your D&D characters. If you ever get to join one of the campaigns, hope you're allowed homebrew Ant Grub into existence. For like a one-shot, yeah, no, that wouldn't be a problem at all. Another recent fun fact, another employee is now suspended without pay because he drove the company car into a cop car with both his license and his work permit. Yeah, no, that I can understand that outcome. Fun fact, I need a splash screen. I need like a fun fact splash screen. It'd be perfect. Hi, Billy. Billy, I'm so freaking proud. So freaking proud of these little art guys. Draw crabs. Look at all these crabs, Billy. We've got a nocturnal crab. We've got an alt crab who's definitely not Dio. We've got a Kessa crab. We have a jade crab. We've got more Kessa crabs. We had... Ooh... I've forgotten the cursed crabs. I don't have a signature down on the crab down the bottom. So I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, I do remember a Jamie crab down here. Crabtor. A crab minotaur. We had a Pixie-lonic crab, a vampire crab. We had a Mal crab, more specifically a merchant crab. Remember, if you want me to remember whose work is which, give me a little signature down the bottom somewhere. Mark your work. They're adorable. They are so unbelievable. Crab noises. This is why we're wrapping up stream soon, because my brain is slowly starting to shut down. Crabs are so cute when they swim. They're little, they twerk when they release their eggs. The fact that they've got little back flippers is always just like brain destroying for me. You did crab grab, you signed the bottom. Jade, I didn't realize that you did crab grab as well. In the white there. Yep, I see it. Perfect, thank you. Brilliant. These are all so good. I know. Absolutely knocking it out of the park. You guys have got you guys got your itinerary as to what we're going to be doing for today, and you're like, you know what? Time to absolutely obliterate some crabs. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Ant Crab is fighting the giant hermit. Fighting? I thought they were in an argument. No, perfect. Thank you for the clarification. Love them both. It's so good. So good. When my silly brain thought of crab as keyword, one and only, I didn't expect this degree of greatness. Incroyable. Incroyable. There's a way of mashing that. There's a way of mashing it. I'm not capable, but somebody can figure it out, I'm sure. Alaskan king crab. Price is said to be $37 today. I mean, that's doable. That's doable, right? That's a method of crab. Incredible. Ooh, that could kind of work with the French pronunciation. J'adore. Why can't I think it? Je ist incredible. Okay, maybe not. Hermit has its claw in the air swinging down, which is why the swish... wait, let's have a look at the swish. Aha. Yeah. I thought it was doing this, like shaking its fist, but no, I see it. I see it. I mean, it is shaking its fist, but just downwards. Mal's crab merchant looks so badass. I know, right? I also said that it looks like an ant from Hollow Knight. I did. Guilty. Don't mess with French. You're Latino. You have history. Okay. Separation. We've separated incredible from French pronunciation. It can stand on its own 6 feet. Crabs. Enjoying your drawing, but you also want a box, but also you don't want to put down your drawing. No, not true. You can come back to it. You can come back to it. Go box. Go back. You will feel better for it. I promise you. I promise you. You'll feel better for it. Go so that I may follow you in your example and go rock climbing on Sunday. Okay. Go, please. Be the role model that I need. You'll be tired, yeah, but you'll feel better, you know? You'll feel like good tired, you know? Crabs. You think it'll work well in Dutch, though? Incredible? Oh, what would that be in Dutch? My Dutch pronunciation is like out the window. I mean, so is my French, apparently, by the attempt before. Hermit crabs are not true crabs. What we think of crabs are actually 2 separate groups. Brachyura, true crabs, and Onumura look like true crabs. Really? Usually the clearest difference is true crabs tend to have 4 pairs of walking legs. False crabs tend to have 3 visible pairs. Really? I had associated true crabs as being the 6-legged one. Interesting. Smallest known crab is only 5 millimeters big. Let's have a look on the ruler. Good Lord. That's tiny. That's the width of like, what, a 50-cent piece? That's ridiculous. It's not true. It's a little bit bigger than that, but still. Tired, then shower, then rest, then drink tea. Yep, there you go. Do you love dragging friends along, kicking and screaming to do things for themselves? There you go. See, consider myself dragging you along. You got this. You have lots of animal facts. Are the best, in your opinion? I don't. There are some space facts that are pretty cool. I do like a space fact. Thought that crabs had 8 legs. I'm not sure. How many do lobsters have? They're trying their best, my heart. I know. Das ist unglaublich. Unglaublich is wonderful. I love that. That's awesome. Bye, Noctua. Look after yourself, bud. Enjoy boxing. There are so many dwarf planets. There are so many. Like Eris, for example, one out in like the sticks, in the reef. Also, the thing that so many animal facts we learn growing up just aren't true. Yeah, there are so many. Just folk tales that we just kind of regurgitate without thinking about it. Eating mussels at a fancy bar because friends were having a party and cool dinner. One of the mussels went crunch and you found a 3mm baby crab in its mouth. What? The reason why you can tell that they have 4 legs because the last 2 are small swimmer. Ah, okay. So the traditional crabs I'm thinking of probably are still actual crabs. I'm just thinking of the swimmers. Yeah, okay. The body was very small. Kind of choose to believe means planets absolutely cover the dwarves instead of any other meaning. It's just a planet full of dwarves. Hell yeah. King crabs are not crabs? Interesting, because they look very quintessential crab. Very kind of traditional crab look. When you found out bears don't actually hibernate, you were... Wait. What? Say that thing again, but like, explain? Pardon? King crabs are hermit crab? But they don't transfer shell, do they? They do hibernate. Hibernation isn't like months-long sleep the whole time. Oh. So it's not like a single... Yeah, okay. Also, Pluto and Karen are practically a love story and it's beautiful. I do love making planets kiss. It's fun. It's a big sleep, but not a big sleep. It's lots of big sleeps. By the sounds of things, it's lots of big sleeps. It's very short stints of time. It's torpor, not hibernatio. When we're saying very short stints, as in like a couple of days at a time, that kind of thing. So like still big sleeps, right? Welcome back, Pretender. You're so conflicted. You attempted to get ready to play/stream something, but now you just want to sit here and stare at the crabs. You could add a little crab. We've got time. We've got time before stream ends. Like a nap to get up the Wiz Palace smack someone bothering you. Go back to napping with enough time to grab myself a salmon. They wake up and go around during winter. There's a place called Bearizona. Sometimes you can see bears from the Polar Express train road. Bears during winter can't eat as much as other seasons, so they're very irritable. I'd imagine so. Saw a thing earlier on TikTok and you looked up and it's true. The way Pluto and Karen became gravitationally linked is fascinating. Both tidally locked to each other, so they're always facing. They're just dancing around the edge of the solar system. That's cute. That's cute. Like a little pair of little baby planets doing like a romantic waltz around. Oh, that's great. Pretender, it's tough. Pretender, it's okay. You'll enjoy your time in the pit, I promise. You added your little crab? Perfect. Did you sign it? Did you sign your little crab? Grab a seat, Billy. Bats aren't blind. Pigs don't sweat. Ostriches don't bury their heads in the ground. But you're shattering all of these. I assumed quite a few of these. Camels don't carry water in their humps, but it's actually more water than if they did. Blue crab in the first hermit crab. Think you've ever tried to draw? Mentally similar to snails for some reason, and you like drawing snails? Pretty similar. Pretty similar vibe. Hi, Ali. How you going? Except bigger and higher speed, so they're moving like a gravitational waltz. That's so cool. That's really, really cool. How you going, Ali? How was your week, babe? Welcome to the weekend. Unless it's not the weekend for you yet, in which case, my condolences. Camels are excellent swimmers. Because of that, we got moose. Aren't like elk and stuff like really good at swimming as well, or something? God, I'm propagating the false information stuff again. But that's why I'm clarifying. Is that the case? You're from England, so you're still on Friday. Sucks. All good. All good. Soon to be weekend. Soon to be weekend. I'm super excited because I'm catching up with a couple of friends tomorrow. With one of them being somebody that I haven't met before. We've played games online, but we haven't actually caught up in person. It's going to be fun. Pigs are huge and wild pigs are terrifying. In a similar vein, snow leopards are more closely related to tigers. Yeah, with that kind of thing, that's more understandable. When they've got the thing in their name, I don't tend to trust it. Not nearly as much as back in the day, anyway. Camels carry fat in their hump because it actually allows their bodies to create a little more than 1 gram of water for every gram of fat they burn, because the hydration of the carbohydrates combined with oxygen, they can breathe in and create water as a byproduct. So they actually carry more water than they would if they carried water. Because they're a little water factory. Yeah, cool. So they don't carry water, they carry the means to create water. Cool. That is interesting. That is a fun fact. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Mahali's starting to get a headache, so Mahali's going to start talking in third person, and Mahali's going to start wrapping up stream. Let's have a look at... Ooh. Yeah, squid. Nice addition of the crab. I like. The crab with pants. Incroyable. Incredible. Glorious. How good is this? How good is this as a little snapshot? Oh, beautiful. But yeah. Mark this day. You did not tease the title. You did not. Sadness. I cry. All good. All good. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Hope you had fun. There won't be a Hearthside this weekend because I still need a little bit of time to recuperate, but we'll be having a Hearthside next weekend. Basically, Hearthsides are just an opportunity to catch up on the weekend on Discord, hang out, chat, do art stuff together, have a good time. If that sounds interesting, keep your eyes peeled to the Discord because the details for that are going to go up early next week. Similarly, on the Discord, the theme for November, which was Die November last month, that's wrapping up this weekend. I've extended it a little bit because last week and the week before were a little bit cactus. So if you want to get your entry for Die November in before time runs out to get your little VIP badge in chat, do so in the next couple of days. You have infinite time if you want to get it in. It's just for the VIP thing in chat. So don't worry about it too much. The new prompt I'll be announcing on Monday, so look forward to that. Otherwise,
Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. Look after yourselves. And I'll catch you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.